Those who wait clearly never ordered in the McDonald's app. Just order ahead in the app, and you can pick up when you get here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Huskies fans, now you can win all season. On game day, get a 20-piece chicken McNuggets and 2 medium fries for just $10.99 when you order ahead on the app. Valid once per day through March 31st, 2024 at participating McDonald's. Must opt into rewards.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
This is the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Is the only health system in Washington where a top-rated medical school and a research powerhouse are directly connected to improve your health. That means the doctors caring for you are the same people advancing medical research and teaching the next generation of outstanding physicians. From wellness checks to complex surgeries, we're committed to providing you with the best care every day. UW Medicine, a higher degree of healthcare.
Hey Husky fans, get ready to see more Alaska wildlife and glaciers with Holland America, the official cruise line of UW Athletics. Celebrate Husky basketball with up to 40% off, free balcony upgrades, and more. Plus, kids sail free on select departures. Visit hollandamerica.com or your travel advisor to book your cruise today. That's hollandamerica.com. Go Huskies!
You know, this team's so resilient.
Lob it up for Keon Brooks! Holy Keon! Crossover to the rim. Finger roll is good for Samir Wheeler. He's got 14.
They're fired up to respond. This team's responded all year.
Johnson comes up with his fifth steal. Tries a three from the top, and he hits it. Corin gets the magic 30.
They know what they can do. We just got to be able to go out and execute that.
Looks and finds Wood out of the corner for three. Oh, he hit it at the horn. Moses Wood, the hero!
This is Husky basketball on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield. Brought to you by Fubo, the official streaming platform of the Pac-12 Conference. Alongside Jason Hamilton, here's the voice of the Huskies, Tony Castricone.
We're in Tempe, Arizona tonight at Desert Financial Arena as the 14-12 Washington Huskies hit the road in Pac-12 play down in the desert for the final time, taking on Arizona State tonight before battling the Arizona Wildcats on Saturday at noon Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific. But as for right now, Jason, this is a Husky team that badly needs a bounce-back performance. It was a heartbreaking loss to California at home. The third time in conference play they've lost a game pretty much at the buzzer. They had the 2-point home loss to Oregon, the overtime loss at home to Washington State, and then for California to come in and hit a three-pointer with 4 seconds left to get the 82-80 win certainly leaves the Huskies feeling like what could have been. If they'd taken care of their home court, they could be 9-6 in conference play right now. They could be 17-9 overall in the season. But the past is the past, and now looking ahead, 3 of the final 5 games of the year are on the road. It's where they're going to have to make up some territory.
Well, and this is a winnable game. Make no mistake about it. Arizona State, while talented and it's certainly a challenge, this is a winnable game for this Washington team. And so you look at the matchup tonight, you say, okay, if we can just play with that same rhythm and tempo, but you have to finish. You've got to be able to do the little things to execute down the stretch, and that's where Washington got bit. And you have to do it on the road. So it's a little bit of a different animal. I think they are capable of managing the situation, bouncing back from that emotional loss, Tony. But you never know until the ball is tipped.
I'm really curious to see one guy in particular, number 0, Corin Johnson, coming off the best weekend of his career. He scored 30 points, a career high, in that sensational performance on Thursday night, the win against the Stanford Cardinal. Saturday, another strong outing when he gets into double figures in the 2-point loss to California. But he's been a better player at home than on the road. Averages 12 a game at home, 7 a game on the road. Shoots 40% from 3 at home, 17% on the road. Can Corin Johnson keep that momentum going here on the road against Arizona State?
That's a great question. It really is. And sometimes you see guys early in their career, they've been stars as little kids in high school / AAU, and they get to college, and you have a lot of expectations about what they can be. Corin's a guy, when you see his skill set, you go, you know what? If he can package all this together and be consistent, he's a threat for this Washington team. So how does he handle that success? Are these last 2 games more of what we can expect for the remainder of the season for Corin, or is he going to regress, and get back to that 6-7 point scoring range? But he's a difference maker and an X factor for this Washington team, especially on the offensive end.
It's a Husky team that averages 81 points per game. They haven't lacked much offensively. They're 31st in the country and 2nd in the Pac-12 conference there. The question is, from night to night, what are you going to get out of this team defensively? Giving up 76.5 points per game. That is the largest number in the Pac-12. And you're going up against an Arizona State team that doesn't really necessarily have a whole lot that they threaten you with in the half court. But the question is, can they generate their turnovers? Can they get out in transition? And can they get this crowd behind them? Because that's what it feels like. You've got a lot of memories of come down to Tempe against Bobby Hurley teams and them doing exactly that. Being physical, setting the terms on which they want to play this game, and getting out and getting the highlight dunk, getting the crowd going.
So a couple of things stand out for me there, and it's the physicality and matching the athleticism of Arizona State on the glass. You can't allow, time after time, Arizona State getting second chance opportunities, second chance points. The other thing is you can't allow them to get in transition, Tony, on you on missed shots, beat you down the floor, because they aren't the best half-court team. You want to put them in that situation. So defensively, can Washington rebound the basketball? Can they get their defense set? If they can do those 2 things and score it, obviously, they got a great chance.
And you talk about rebounding. What that's allowed them to do is get out in transition. ASU, maybe not the best team at getting back. If Washington can be the one to kind of leak out and get in some of those 3-on-2s, we've seen how explosive Keon Brooks is with his highlight plays, how Sal Wheeler distributes the basketball, and then I think Corin Johnson kind of excelled in that up-tempo game as well.
Washington needs to play fast. They're their best when they're playing fast and going downhill and getting in that tempo. What they can't do, and they've done a nice job of this of late, is they haven't turned it over a ton. But when they've turned it over, it has been late in games at critical stretches. Yeah. You've got to be able to manage that basketball, play fast, but not turn it over.
All right, Huskies 14-12 overall this season, 6-9 in Pac-12 play. And looking at an Arizona State game here, that it's hard to believe you're going on the road in conference play and playing a quad 3 game, but that's the case here. ASU has seen their rankings kind of plummet. They're 122 in Ken Pom. They're 135 in the NET, and that is right on the borderline of what makes a road game a quad 3. The Huskies are 9-1 in quad 3s and quad 4s. They were undefeated with the exception of that Cal game. So this is not just a winnable game. It's a game they should win, which I think is a distinction.
It is a distinction, and it's where Washington has excelled. Like you said, they were 9-0 until that, sort of faltering at the end against Cal. But this is an Arizona State team that had lost 5 straight at one stretch in Pac-12, bounced back with 2 in a row, then lost that last game against Arizona. So I think they're reeling a little bit. Washington needs to come in here and take care of business.
We are set for a 6:10 tip-off tonight between Washington and ASU. Hard to believe it's our final trip here to Desert Financial Arena, but the Huskies and the Sun Devils going toe-to-toe here as the final season of Pac-12 basketball heads into its stretch run. We'll get you the starting lineups and the opening tip-off when we continue in a moment live from Tempe. This is Husky basketball from Learfield.
FUBO is the official streaming platform of the University of Washington Huskies. With Fubo, you can watch every Pac-12 game, plus more college and pro sports, shows, movies, and news on over 350 live TV channels. Stream it live on your TV, phone, and other devices. No cable required. The best part? You can try Fubo free. There's no contract or commitment. To start watching, just go to FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the family-size Highlander. Now through March 4th, get any new gas-powered 2024 Highlander with 4.99 APR financing, or up to $1,000 APR cash on the new Grand Highlander, depending on model. When financed with approved credit through TFS, a dealer doc fee of up to $200 may be added. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Go from UW to the world with Alaska Airlines. Dogs can touch down in over 1,000 destinations worldwide, including incredible cities like Tokyo, Sydney, Tahiti, Paris, and so many more when you book international travel on AlaskaAirlines.com. Plus, you can earn and redeem miles for your adventures with Mileage Plan, the most generous loyalty program in the skies. Ready to go? Head to AlaskaAir.com and book now. Go dogs, go international, and go with Alaska.
Washington basketball lives here.
2-1, Huskies win!
This is UW basketball from Learfield.
At Progressive, we love sports and saving you money, so we bundled them together.
2 seconds left on the clock, third field goal range, and it looks like he's going to go with a 5-iron. No, wait. The quarterback is skating back on the ice. He's talking with his caddy. They're pulling the goalie. He skates off the fairway as the kicker lines up his putt. It's a breakaway. They bundle their home and auto insurance with Progressive. Touchdown savings, birdie goal.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear. Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
Ready to go from Tempe with Washington on the road against the Arizona State Sun Devils. Let's get you the starting lineups for tonight's game. The Huskies purple clad in their form-fitting Adidas jerseys, and they're saving the black jerseys for Tucson. They're going in the road purples here tonight against Arizona State. Xavier Wheeler and Paul Mulcahy are in the backcourt. Wheeler leads the Pac-12 in assists per game at 5.92. Mulcahy, senior guard, transfer from Rutgers, in the backcourt with him. Keon Brooks is the Pac-12's leading scorer, averaging 21 points per game on the year. He's at the 3 position. Moses Wood is a sharpshooter from downtown, 38% on the year from the outside. And he's at the stretch 4 with Braxton Mia, the starting center for the Washington Huskies. Arizona State goes with Frankie Collins as the point guard, transfer from Michigan, who's good at distributing the rock, but really good at picking pockets. He's first in the Pac-12 and top 5 nationally in steals per game. Toledo, Ohio's own Jemiah Neal is the 2 guard. Adam Miller is the 3, transfer from LSU, who averaged 11 a game last year, and he's at 11.7 this year. Alonzo Gaffney is a 4 who is plenty happy to trigger the 3, and Sean Phillips, number 9, is in the front court as well. He's making his 8th start of the season. Dayton, Ohio native and a transfer from LSU as well, averaging 5.9 points and 3.3 rebounds per game. We didn't see a ton of Phillips in that first meeting between Washington and ASU back in Seattle. Huskies beat the Sun Devils on January 11th, 82-67. Dogs are led by head coach Mike Hopkins in his 7th year on the job. In Seattle, a 115-103 record. And ASU is led by the enthusiastic Bobby Hurley in his 9th year on the job, with the Sun Devils 154-126 record in his time in Tempe. Our officiating crew here today, Kip Kissinger, Randy Richardson, Marcus Pettigrew. And the pyrotechnics from the starting lineups could singe your eyebrows. We're so close to them. And it's already warm enough outside as it is here, but I might have to shed the long sleeves after the starting lineups because you felt that. It was a little warm.
Definitely felt the heat coming off that, but gotta tell you, it feels pretty good. Not to make anybody back home jealous, it feels pretty good to be in the sunshine.
Well, you got 18 in today, so you're feeling really good.
Gotta keep that quiet, but yes, I did.
I mean, 18 hours of prep for a broadcast
that's right.
between Washington and Arizona State. It's time to set sail on today's game with the opening tip-off, brought to you by Holland America Line. Holland America, proud to be Seattle's hometown cruise line. Dogs and Devils. ASU coming out in the home white jerseys and shorts. Maroon lettering and numerals trimmed in gold. Huskies in their road purple today. Paul Mulcahy jumping up and down on his toes, getting ready to go as they head to that big fork at center circle for the opening tip-off.
One of the things you don't see a whole lot of anymore in college basketball post-COVID is college coaches wearing suits, but Bobby Hurley came out fully decked, has taken the jacket off, but he is ready to go, tie and all.
Dapper Bob as Phillips tips the ball back to ASU's direction, and the Sun Devils control the opening tap. And the Huskies are going to come out in the zone defense here? All right, from the opening tap. Huskies switching things up a little bit defensively. Give it mid-post to Gaffney. He's got to the free throw line, lobs it up, tipped up and in by Phillips. No, it falls off the rim, but they're going to get Keon Brooks for a foul underneath the basket on the alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, undercut there. So the surprise, like you mentioned, Washington coming out in zone, trying to change things up, give it Arizona State a bit of a different look, and Keon Brooks just got caught on the outside and committed that foul.
So puts Phillips to the free throw line where he's 50% on the season and now below 50% after missing the first of two. 13 of 27 on the year for Sean Phillips Jr., 7-foot sophomore forward out of Dayton, Ohio. Second free throw up and good. And ASU's on the board first. They got a 1-0 lead. Now they will press after the made free throws. Get it into Keon Brooks. Share it with Mulcahy. And now Wheeler up the left sideline into the front court for the Huskies. Brings it across the timeline. And ASU sets up its man-to-man defense. Wheeler's got it between the circles as the Huskies run their set. 30 seconds into the ball game. Dribble into the left side. Give it up into the corner for Brooks, who shoots a three. Halfway home. Popped out. Offensive rebound. Braxton Mia goes up. Shot blocked away, and rebound grabbed by Alonzo Gaffney for the Sun Devils. Up to Jemiah Neal, who drives inside, dishes for Phillips. Floater popped off the back of the rim, and a rebound falls down to Keon Brooks. Up the right sideline to Mulcahy, and the Huskies into the front court. Handed off right side to Wheeler. Wheeler defended by Frankie Collins. Tight man-to-man defense. Behind the back dribble, got tripped by Collins. Had to poke the ball over to Wood, top of the key. Give it left side to Brooks. Brooks bring the dribble head of the circle, crossover, and give it to Wood in the corner, who drives the left baseline, spins past Phillips. Ball ends up in the hands of Wheeler, top of the key, who shoots a three off the glass, missed it badly. Rebound comes down to ASU.
Wild action the last couple of possessions for both teams.
1-0 lead, Arizona State. Wheeler went 5 for 5 from three in that first game against ASU. He's 0 for 1 to begin tonight. Minute and a half gone by. Phillips with the ball between the rings against a man-to-man set defensively here for the Huskies. Neal drives against Wood. Pull-up jumper from the right elbow. Missed it short. Rebound a long one to Wheeler, who goes to Mulcahy, sprinting up the floor. Mulcahy, wraparound pass to Wood. Give it out top to Mia. Now it's Brooks at the right point, finding Wheeler right side. Drives inside. Tapped away from behind by Alonzo Gaffney into the hands of Mulcahy. Looks and kicks it to Brooks. Right point three is good for the Huskies, who lead 3-1.
Yeah, second time that Keon Brooks has had a wide open look from three, able to get that one to go down. But as I said before, just the action going back and forth for each team. Washington finally able to get a set, calm down, get everybody in the right position.
Yeah, both teams scurrying quite a bit, and a little helter-skelter as we're more than 2 minutes into the first half. Huskies up 3-1. Phillips with the ball right elbow. Tries a spin move on me. A good disciplined defense from Braxton. He just throws it up at the rim, deadens off the flange, and falls through. We're tied at 3.
You said it. I mean, that thing was definitely going to carry him hard off. It didn't hit the flange and able to just trickle in.
Sometimes bricks are good. And Wheeler with the ball sets things up for the Huskies in a 3-3 ball game. Handoff goes to Wood. Wood shoots from straight on, and he'll build his house with wood instead of bricks. That was nothing but net. Dogs lead 5-3.
You know, I'm always a fan of Moses Wood, especially getting looks early in ball games. Get himself a rhythm, and they're absolutely flush.
There's Frankie Collins driving inside, lays it up. No good. Good defense from Saul Wheeler and Braxton Mia, and the rebound comes down to Wood. Give it up, Mulcahy. Extra pass into the corner for Brooks. Baseline jumper, up and through for two, and the Dogs lead 7-3.
And that's a tough shot right there from Keon Brooks. Short corner, moving towards out of bounds baseline, able to get that 7-8 footer to go.
And he's got 5 as the Huskies have a 7-3 advantage early on. Huskies have made their last 3 field goal attempts. Ball top of the key for Sean Phillips. Hands off for Miller. Give it up to Jemiah Neal, who sets up top of the key. Neal dribbles over to the right point. Looking inside for teammate. 5 on the shot clock. Step back 3 for Neal. Pops out. Rebound Mulcahy and the Huskies. Trotting up the floor from left to right from our vantage point. Mulcahy pulls up high on the right. Defended by Miller in the man-to-man. Mulcahy with the ball top of the key. Dribbles over to the right side. Handoff goes Brooks. Brooks off to a good start. A little step back, top of the key. Now passes into the left corner for Wheeler. Wheeler terminates the dribble. Bounces for Wood at the left point. Hands back to Wheeler with 8 on the shot clock. Wheeler against Frankie Collins with 6 to shoot. Fires over to Brooks. Right point 3 on the way. Missed it. Ball tipped around. Foul in the back against ASU. I think it was Gaffney who pushed Braxton Mia in the back. Yes, they'll give it to Gaffney. Timeout on the floor. Huskies with a 7-3 lead and the basketball. 15:57 to go in the first half. We'll continue in a moment from Tempe on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Red Hook is proud to be the official craft beer of University of Washington Athletics and wants to remind fans that Red Hook Brew Lab is your ultimate game day destination. Located in the heart of Capitol Hill, Brew Lab features 16 taps of craft beer on draft, including favorites like Big Ballard Imperial IPA. With 2 patios and 10 big screen TVs, there's plenty of room for your whole crew. Plus, with Kobo Pizza by Chef Shota Nakajima made on site, there's always something delicious standing by. Red Hook, the hardest working beer of the fridge. Please enjoy responsibly.
Tyler Lockett with Brown Bear Car Wash. If your job's like mine, you know speed matters. That's why I have a Brown Bear Unlimited Wash Club membership. Brown Bear's car washes are fast, convenient, and my unlimited membership lets me wash as often as I like. Brown Bear Car Wash. It's where I know I'll always score great customer service and a clean car. Wash fast and wash green at Brown Bear Car Wash.
While you're rooting for the Dogs, make sure your money is working for you. Home Street Bank is here to help you maximize your savings with our special CD offers. We have everything from a 3.5% APY 4-month featured CD to a 5% APY 7-month featured CD, plus other great rates. Head to homestreet.com/UWCD to check out all our rates and learn how you can start scoring with Home Street today. Again, that's homestreet.com/UWCD. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Husky athletes get the very best care at UW Medicine, the official healthcare partner of Husky Athletics, and the only health system in Washington that directly connects care with a top-rated medical school and a research powerhouse. UW Medicine, a higher degree of healthcare. Huskies off to a good start on the road, leading Arizona State by a score of 7-3. Corin Johnson ran over the scorers table. He's going to check in for his first action, after averaging 23 a game last weekend at home against Stanford and Cal. Looking forward to see what number 0 has in this game.
Yes, it's been a little helter-skelter to start, certainly, but Keon Brooks Jr., 2 of 4 for the floor, those 5 points that we talked about, and as long as there's ball movement for this Washington team, and as long as they can get some opportunities to run the floor, that is where they are at their best. So it'd be great now, after that foul, Corin Johnson in to get a bucket here on this end of the floor.
Moses Wood looking at the other teammates, Mulcahy, Brooks, and Mia to get it in, and they give it to Mia. Handoff goes to Wood, partially blocked on the jump shot, and rebound caught under the basket by ASU. Into the front court quickly come the Sun Devils. Adam Miller has the ball high on the left. LSU transfer with a jab step and gives it up. Jemiah Neal, foul line extended right. Defended by Moses Wood, man-to-man, drives on him, lays it up, no good. Nice swat by Braxton Mia to alter the shot, and then he follows with the rebound as well. Handoff goes Brooks into the front court, who's bumped by Miller, and a foul goes against ASU. And I just feel like the things we always talk about, can the Huskies finish a possession with a defensive rebound? Can they get, back defensively? They're doing all these things here in the early going, Jason.
They are, and those are the little things that help you win basketball games. And I know it's early, but you've got to carry that same sort of trait, that that same energy all the way through for 40 minutes.
Inbounds goes to Corin Johnson, who sets up top of the key. Give it up to Brooks. Brooks returns it Johnson. I think Coach Hops wanting Brooks to have shot that ball from the left point. Corin Johnson starts to his right. Fadeaway jumper. Good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. A tough fadeaway jumper from Corin Johnson.
Difference maker if he can play that way and be that confident. But if you step into the ball game, Tony, like that, that was really a solid move there.
Here's Miller driving, lost his footing, lost the ball out of bounds, and they're giving it to the Huskies. So Washington, 5 minutes and 1 second into this game on a 6-0 spurt and a 9-3 lead. Mulcahy up the floor. Miller trying to fix his hair as he's back playing defense for ASU. Johnson with the ball top of the key, drives into the paint, pirouettes, throws it up toward Mia. Ball busted up at the rim, knocked away, and ASU steals it 3-on-3 into the front court. Neal up the left sideline, gives it to a trailing Miller, who just found the hole in the Husky defense and gets in for a layup.
Yeah, unfortunate if they're going to give a turnover to Corin Johnson on that one, because it was a lob pass over the top that I thought was going to be an alley-oop, but just got deflected. And
Mulcahy drives, runs into a double team, scoops to Brooks in the corner. Brooks had his pocket picked by Miller, fires ahead to Neal, one-on-one, challenges Moses Wood, shows the ball, and lays it up and in low on the right. Timeout, Mike Hopkins. So what we were just talking about, you know, you said, hey, you got to have to do this stuff for 40 minutes. Well, they didn't for the next minute. It was the turnovers on the offensive end that led to transition for ASU.
That's what bites you. This Washington team, when they take care of the basketball, they are a much different team. That discipline results in better shots, but when you get and allow Arizona State to get in transition, which is where they're also at their best, that is going to allow Arizona State to stay in this ball game. And I know it's early, Tony, but that's why you get this timeout right now from Mike Hopkins. That's on the scout. You cannot do that. You cannot allow them to get downhill.
When Husky Hoop fans are ready for action on the hardwood, they head to Montlake to catch the game. But when they're ready for the quintessential Northwest dining experience, they head to Chinooks at Fisherman's Terminal or Anthony's Pier 66 on the Seattle waterfront. Dogs still leading ASU 9-7 here after Sun Devils got a couple buckets in transition, turning turnovers into points, and now they'll trap on the inbounds. Huskies able to break it. Moses Wood into the front court, fires a pass to Breidenbach, who's fouled. They're going to count that. Breidenbach lays it in low on the left. We'll take it. I thought he was fouled on the floor, but Breidenbach was quick with his release after catching that pass, and he'll go to the line for the and one.
You saw how that ball moved, though, Tony. The pop. If Arizona State's going to play that pressure, you got to keep that thing in there. It's sideline to middle to back to the other sideline, and then Breidenbach in the right place. Just a fantastic way to break pressure.
Fouled by Frankie Collins, his first. And so Breidenbach to the line for the and one. Young man, a 69% free throw shooter. Transfer from Nebraska hits. Huskies ahead by 5.
It looks like Washington's going to go zone here.
Like they did.
They're setting up this way. Yes, they are.
On the first possession of the ball game, and now they'll shift to man-to-man. At the free throw line, it's Perez who gets the basketball. Jose Perez drives, floats it up. No. Strong rebound from Breidenbach under the basket. Push it ahead to Mulcahy across the timeline. Into the left corner, give it up for Johnson. Now it's Breidenbach left baseline. Give it back over to Breidenbach, who shoots a three. Got it. How about Wilhelm Breidenbach ringing up his 11th three-pointer of the season, and a big fist pump from Mike Hopkins helps the Huskies get a 15-7 lead.
Well, you'd love to see no hesitation there from Breidenbach, because he's passed up some of those threes after missing some crucial ones in the last couple of games.
Huskies active defensively. Corin Johnson locked in on Frankie Collins high on the left. A switch on the screen. Collins push pass right side to Neal. Give it up in the corner. Off the dribble, Perez, underhand scoop pass, intercepted by Mulcahy. Ahead to Johnson, bounce for Wood, hangs in the air, layup no, tip back up and in low on the right by Keon Brooks. Timeout, Bobby Hurley. Huskies up by 10 early here in Tempe. 17-7 Washington with 13:02 to go in the first half.
What a spurt.
Yeah.
You know, as after that timeout, it was 9-7. And all of a sudden, Washington, after that timeout from Coach Hop, you get a couple of buckets in a row. You're just on a roll. You're playing with a smaller lineup. Corin Johnson doing a solid job. Wilhelm Breidenbach coming in, giving you immediate results, Tony. And you can see everybody on the bench is hype, including Coach Hop.
8-0 run over the last minute and 2 seconds. Today's game brought to you by Kohl's. It's a new season at Kohl's with everyday styles at great prices. You can get more of what you want for less. Find go-tos for going everywhere and perfect mix for your home. Shop Kohl's and Kohl's.com today. So the Huskies have come all the way down here after what was, really a dispiriting loss on Saturday. And you wonder what kind of Husky team you'd see. It has been a motivated and highly energized Washington group here off the opening tip. First 7 minutes have gone extraordinarily well. Washington leads 17-7. Perez with the ball, drives the right baseline for ASU, muscles it up and in over Breidenbach.
Just a physical play right there. It's hard to guard that. Perez using that big body goes down, puts the shoulder in Breidenbach and creates space.
And off to Brooks with the ball high on the left. One dribble to his left, gives to Breidenbach out top. Now it's Wood dribbling toward the head of the circle. Give it to Johnson high on the right with 12 on the shot clock. Steps into a straight-on three. Corin Johnson connects. We said it, he was only 17% from three on the road, but this is a different Corin Johnson. Dogs up 20-9.
Yeah, that 30-point performance did him so well. You can just see the confidence is through the roof right now.
Frankie Collins drives left of the key, lost the handle, stolen by Corin Johnson, saves it inbounds to Breidenbach. Breidenbach needs a teammate, and he finds Mulcahy. Mulcahy ahead to Johnson. Extra pass goes to Wood on the right side. Whistle, and he stepped on the sideline.
You love to see it, though. The quickness, the defense creates an offensive opportunity, and just a little bit out of sorts there. Moses Wood didn't know where he was on the court, unfortunately, but still the energy, the intensity defensively set that up.
Washington 20, Arizona State 9 with 11:55 to go here in the first half as Collins brings it into the front court. Timeout coming in the next dead ball. Perez from the free throw line squares up against Anthony Holland, playing his first action of the game. Kick to Miller, right wing three, hits the bottom of the net. Adam Miller, a 32% three-pointer shooter, but a guy that has no conscience. He will let it go. Here's Mulcahy up the right sideline. Dogs with an 8-point lead. Screen and a bounce pass for Breidenbach. Cross court, give it to Holland. Left wing three, no. Tipped out by Mulcahy, grabbed by Miller. Miller starts coming downhill, 2-on-2 into the front court. Layup by Perez, no. Whistle and a foul called against Washington. A late whistle.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was a foul, but you hate to see that as a coach when the ball caroms off after the miss and then the foul comes, the whistle comes after Washington gets the rebound. It feels like the only reason that they made the call was because the layup didn't go down.
Yeah, sure did. Washington 20, Arizona State 12, 11:19 to go here in the first half. We'll continue live from Tempe in a moment on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Whoever said good things come to those who wait clearly never ordered in the McDonald's app. Just order ahead in the app, and you can pick up when you get here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Huskies fans, now you can win all season. On game day, get a 20-piece Chicken McNuggets and 2 medium fries for just $10.99 when you order ahead on the app. Valid once per day through March 31st, 2024 at participating McDonald's. Must opt into rewards.
Your home for Washington basketball.
Hoisted out of the corner. Oh! Made a three-pointer. Sharpshooter from the right side.
Husky basketball from Learfield.
UW Medicine is the only health system in Washington where a top-rated medical school and a research powerhouse are directly connected to improve your health. That means the doctors caring for you are the same people advancing medical research and teaching the next generation of outstanding physicians. From wellness checks to complex surgeries, we're committed to providing you with the best care every day. UW Medicine, a higher degree of healthcare.
Hey Husky fans, get ready to see more Alaska wildlife and glaciers with Holland America, the official cruise line of UW Athletics. Celebrate Husky basketball with up to 40% off, free balcony upgrades, and more. Plus, kids sail free on select departures. Visit hollandamerica.com or your travel advisor to book your cruise today. That's hollandamerica.com. Go Huskies!
Huskies up 20-12 at ASU. 11:20 to go here in the first half. Tonight's game presented by your locally owned McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food, order from anywhere, and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup. Jose Perez to the free throw line. 73% free throw shooter, hits the first. He is second in the Pac-12 in free throw attempts behind Keon Brooks. That's how often he gets to the line.
And as I mentioned, he's got that kind of body where he can play low, but he's got a bit of a wing size, so that makes him a difficult cover.
Hits both free throws. Took last year off after transferring, playing with an injury. Nate Calmese comes in. He had sat the last 4 games. His first action since the Washington State game in Seattle. Here's Corin Johnson driving right to the key, extends the right hand. What a tough layup for Corin Johnson. He is locked in tonight with an early 7 points.
Boy, just gave him the yo-yo at the top of the key, between the legs, bop, bop, left to right, and then the explosion to the rim.
22-14, Huskies ahead by 8. Here's Kamari Land seeing his first action of the game for ASU. Now he'll bounce it left to the key as Perez squares up against Anthony Holland. Tries to bully his way in. Tough fadeaway shot, left to the key, missed it. Offensive rebound, Jemiah Neal finds Perez. Pump fake on a 3, give it up into the corner. Here's Neal off the dribble, drive, gets to the free throw line. Fadeaway against Calmese, no good. Rebound, Keon Brooks for the Huskies. Ahead to Corin Johnson into the front court. Returns it, Brooks downhill, drives and draws a foul, Jemiah Neal. So Keon Brooks being physical and aggressive early, drawing some fouls. And ASU guilty of their 4th here in the first half.
I love the fact that Corin Johnson, though, got rid of that ball. He gets it across, sees that Keon Brooks is available, gives him a chance to make a play there at the top of the key.
Inbounds goes to Keon. 10-14 to go here in the half. Keon gets the right elbow. Fadeaway jumper. Hangs on the rim and falls off. Rebound grabbed by ASU. Bryant Celebungay is able to clear the board for ASU. Amari lands. Handing it off to Neal. They'll zip it over to Miller high on the right. Selbungay sets a screen. Bounce goes right side. Perez drives the right baseline. Wilson, a foul called on Nate Calmese, who ended up on his backside. That's a blocking violation, and I think they might be giving some free throws here. Let's see. Give it to 8. Yep, 2 shots for Perez.
Yikes. I'm with you. I thought that might have been a little bit before the shot was up there, but Nate Calmese is not really going to have a chance to stop Perez in that situation. You heard the bench calling fire, which is their double team signal. Corin Johnson was a little late to get there, and one-on-one, Perez just bowls over Nate Calmese.
First free throw good. Here comes the second for Perez. Yeah, he's 3 for 4 tonight. Missed it. Rebound Anthony Holland for the Huskies, who lead by 7. Scores 22-15. Washington ahead. Calmese, straightaway 3. Off the glass, and a long rebound falls to Perez. Up the left sideline, Jemiah Neal into the front court. Neal dribbling head up from the left wing, looking for a teammate, trying to back his way in on Calmese simultaneously. Spins, fadeaway jumper from the baseline, missed it. Strong rebound from Breidenbach. Slapped at by Kamari Lands. Breidenbach keeps it, throws it ahead. Here's Brooks down at the other end, scores the 2. Keon Brooks has 9.
Boy, if Washington could just play in a fast break mode all the time, they'd be really, really hard to stop.
24-15, Huskies ahead by 9. Here's Miller with the ball out top. Miller drives, poked away, ends up in the hands of Selbungay, who slams it low on the right.
Corin Johnson was actually the culprit of that assist. It was a great defensive play, knocking it from behind, but it ended up right in the hands of Selbungay.
Johnson crossover, dish into the corner. Calmese angling his way up to the elbow. Kick to Brooks, straight on 3. Missed it off the heel. Tipped out by Breidenbach. Over to Brooks. Great job by Breidenbach. Finds Anthony Holland wide open to the corner from 3. He missed it. Tipped around, grabbed by Keon Brooks right through the hands of Neal. And Brooks lays it up and in low on the left. The Huskies ahead by 9 again.
Now 6 offensive rebounds in this ball game, and they might have already given him the one that just took a glance down. Maybe that's 5. It's still aggressive on the offensive glass for the Dogs.
Yeah, Huskies doubling up ASU in rebounds 14-7 right now, and leading on the scoreboard 26-17. Bounce for Perez, squares up at the left block. Backs his way in. Whistle. They're calling a block on Anthony Holland. I think that is, again, textbook job of trying to plant yourself and guard your territory by Anthony Holland. He looks over to Will Conroy and says, how am I supposed to do this any better?
Well, Perez has to get to the right side. He's not going left. He's always going to go right. He's battling to get back to the middle, and we're seeing the replay. I mean, that's pretty good, solid defense right there from Anthony Holland, moving the feet, and looked like he was set.
I thought so, too. I think that's a tough call for Anthony Holland, who's going to check out of the ballgame, and in comes Saul Wheeler. We haven't seen much of Wheeler in this ballgame tonight. Inbounds goes Perez, handoff Frankie Collins in the left corner, traces the three-point arc. Now give it up in the corner for Gaffney. Gaffney bounces for Perez, left of the key. Tries to turn and square up against Wood. Goes to his left, pops it up. It's caught on the weak side by Phillips, who tries to spin move into a double team. 3 on the shot clock. Give it out top. Gaffney hoists the 3. It's an air ball and a shot clock violation by this tenacious Husky defense tonight in Tempe. And with 7:53 to go here in the first half, timeout on the floor. Huskies leading by 9, and they get the ball back when we continue in a moment. Washington 26, ASU 17 on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
At Banner Bank, we're cheering for the dogs just like you. We know it takes dedication and teamwork to achieve big goals in sports and in life. As one of Newsweek's most trustworthy companies in America, rest assured you'll find the banking solutions you need and people you can trust at Banner. Visit your local Banner Bank branch or find us at bannerbank.com. Banner Bank. Let's create tomorrow together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the powerful new Tundra. Now through March 4th, you can get any new 2024 or remaining new 23 Tundra with 4.99 APR financing. Plus, get $1,000 bonus cash on 23 Tundras with approved credit through TFS. Excludes TRD Pro. A dealer doc fee of up to $200 may be added. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Red Hook is proud to be the official craft beer of University of Washington Athletics and wants to remind fans that Red Hook Brew Lab is your ultimate game day destination. Located in the heart of Capitol Hill, Brew Lab features 16 taps of craft beer on draft, including favorites like Big Ballard Imperial IPA. With 2 patios and 10 big screen TVs, there's plenty of room for your whole crew. Plus, with Kobo Pizza by Chef Shota Nakajima made on site, there's always something delicious standing by. Red Hook, the hardest working beer of the fridge. Please enjoy responsibly.
Washington 26, ASU 17. Huskies ahead by 9 points and really, outplaying ASU in every conceivable category. You look at the turnovers, they're +1 in that department. They're out shooting them 50% to 37.5%. Huskies out rebounding them by a count of 14-8. Washington is just winning all those hustle plays, the 50-50 plays, and you got to be happy about that right now if you're a Husky fan.
You absolutely do. And I think the energy and the body language for everybody is really good on the Husky bench. Remember when Arizona State went on that little mini run and it was Washington's turnovers that gave them that opportunity? Washington only has 3 turnovers in this ballgame, but Arizona State has 7 points off those turnovers. You take that away, Tony, and Arizona's in a load of trouble, already down at this point 9, but without those turnovers, this thing could easily be big double digits.
Yeah, Huskies playing well in a lot of ways. Keon Brooks, another early start. First half of the year, he was almost exclusively a second-half player, but he has played very well before halftime here down the stretch. Month of February, he's got 11 points already. Corin Johnson staying hot. He's got 7. Johnson gives it to Wood. Wood shoots a straight on 3. Long rebound tipped out by Brooks over to Mia, who gives to Johnson. He shoots a 3 halfway down, missed it. Frankie Collins tipped it out of bounds. He should have just left it alone. There was no Husky there to get the rebound, but Collins tipped it out of bounds, and now Washington gets a fresh 20.
Yeah, Frankie Collins fought with himself for that rebound.
Sure did.
How about every look right there from 3 from Washington? Moses Wood from the top of the key, almost in, hits the back of the rim, and then Corin Johnson in and out from virtually the same spot.
Inbounds Mia, give it to Wheeler, throw out top to Brooks, and now it's Johnson. Johnson at the right point, dribbles head of the circle. Over to the left point. Corin Johnson, crossover, into the lane, up with the left hand, shot blocked from behind by Phillips. Starts to run out for ASU. Frankie Collins downhill, kick right side. Jemiah Neal for 3. Rattles it in, and ASU with its second triple tonight. Pulls within 6. Huskies try to beat the Sun Devils down the floor and do not. ASU gets back and set. Wheeler off a screen, gets to the left block, kicks to Wood. Right point 3. Got it. Moses Wood with an answer. 4th 3-pointer tonight for the Huskies. And now Braxton Mia slow to get up. He had hit the basket, trying to kind of box out, and it looks like it's a bit of an ankle issue as he got up fairly quickly and is trotting his way down the floor, but limping a little bit. Braxton Mia.
Well, remember when he had the ankle injury a couple of weeks ago when it looked like he virtually just tripped over the 3-point line running back? That thing went all the way to the ground, so certainly it's tender and certainly it's sore, but didn't look like there was a whole lot of contact down there.
Yeah, now Mia sets up under the basket as the Huskies go back to the zone defense. Here's Frankie Collins, right point, finding Miller between the rings. Back over to Collins, high on the right. Collins looking, surveying the zone, gives to Miller. Miller angles in from the left. Shot blocked by Johnson. They're going to get him for a foul. Little slap on the left wrist as Miller went to put that up with the left hand, and he'll go to the line for two.
They're going to get Corin Johnson here, as you said, on the foul, but Paul Mulcahy is going to be checking in for Corin after this first free throw.
29-20, Huskies ahead with 6:41 to go in half number one. Max Gross standing by in the network studios. He'll bring you the Toyota halftime show when we get to that point, with three other games going on in the Pac-12 tonight. Miller at the line shoots and converts. ASU pulls within 8, but the Huskies have done a nice job so far tonight, other than trailing 1-0 right off the opening tip-off. ASU got a free throw. Outside of that, Huskies have led throughout. They're up by 8 at the moment. Here's Miller at the free throw line again, taking his time, very deliberate. One dribble, spins the ball, shoots, and hits. ASU now 6 for 8 at the line, maybe one category to keep an eye on as this game develops. Mulcahy blows by Miller, gets into the front court, no foul called as Miller crashes into him. Mulcahy dribbles to the right wing, runs into a double team, needs help, throws out top to Wood, catch and shoots another three, toilet rings around and pops out, rebound ASU.
Boy, he's had some good looks, and they've all looked like they were going to go in as well.
Collins right sideline, crossover move on Wheeler, spins past him, whistle and a foul on the floor. I think against Saul Wheeler. Yep, they'll give it to 5. And that'll be foul number 6 against Washington.
The one thing to watch out for is, how does this game go from a flow standpoint with Corin Johnson being substituted out? Now, Paul Mulcahy comes in, but now you have the starting combination, Mulcahy and Saul Wheeler as your guards. Maybe not as explosive necessarily, but we'll see how they defend.
Yeah, again, if you're just joining us, Corin Johnson continuing the good work he had last weekend. 7 early points in this game for the Huskies. Miller with the ball out top for ASU against the zone set for Washington. Splits the top of the key, gets to Braxton Mia under the basket, shot missed, offensive rebound, Jemiah Neal. He walks. I was going to say, I don't know when that call is going to come. Bobby Hurley is screaming for a foul call, but you had to call something. You either had to call contact or you had to call a walk, because Neal took about 6 steps.
Well, there was nowhere for Neal to go. There was 3 Washington Huskies that were just virtually walled up in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Huskies ahead by 7, 29-22 the score. Wheeler right side, passes to Brooks, drives the right baseline, under the basket. He stepped on the end line. It's going back to ASU.
You get a turnover, you can't give one away. I mean, that's the combination that is not a good one for this Washington Husky team. And give Arizona State credit, when Washington has turned it over, they have punished the Huskies.
Frankie Collins into the front court, and the Huskies go back to that zone set. Paul Mulcahy and Saul Wheeler top of the 2-3. Bounce for Jemiah Neal left of the key. Neal, one dribble to his left. From the baseline, shoots, misses short. Rebound, Saul Wheeler for the Huskies. Spins past Jemiah Neal. Left-handed dribble into the front court for the Huskies. Trying to keep Neal at bay. Wheeler behind his screen from Mia. Now passes out of it over to Moses Wood. Right point, long 2. Missed it wide left. Rebound, Frankie Collins.
Yeah, difficult shot right there off the dribble with a body on you for Moses Wood. More of a catch-and-shoot guy.
29-22. Huskies ahead by 7. Frankie Collins trying to fend off Saul Wheeler, who sticks with him in the man-to-man defense for the moment. Wheeler falls down, crashes into Phillips, leaves Collins alone for a long, wide-open 2.
Now, as interesting as this is, now 5-point ball game, Washington leads. As well as Washington's played, this thing should be much greater than 5, but Arizona State hanging in.
Sure feels that way. 29-24 the score. Ball out top, Saul Wheeler zips it in the corner for Moses Wood. Wood will pass it back out to Brooks, give it to Wheeler ahead of the circle with 10 on the shot clock. Wheeler high on the left, behind the back dribble, teardrop floater, up and through for 2. Xavier Wheeler with a nice floater from the free throw line.
Degree of difficulty through the roof on that one.
31-24, Huskies by 7. We're on the weave out top. It's going to be Neal handing it off to Collins. Collins with the ball high on the left. A little crossover dribble against Mulcahy. Plays cat and mouse, tries to get to the rim. Shot blocked away by Braxton Mia. Ball goes out of bounds. And I think it'll stay with ASU with 12 to shoot.
Yeah, nice job, help side from Braxton Mia. Frankie Collins is crafty with the basketball. He's going to give you that herky-jerky type motion there to keep you off balance, and then explosive enough, strong enough to be able to fight his way into the lane, but that's where you need teammates to come through, rotate on that backside.
Collins, baseline out of bounds left, lobs it out for Miller at the fork. Miller with 8 on the shot clock, dribbles to the right elbow, zips a pass down to Kamari Lands, floater, air ball, caught under the basket by Wheeler. Huskies scurry into the front court, nursing a 7-point lead, 31-24. Wheeler behind a screen from Braxton Mia, zips it over to Brooks. Here's a touch inside for Braxton Mia, who's fouled from behind by either Collins or Miller. Let's see, they'll give it to 44 Adam Miller. With 4:01 to go here in the first half. Celebungay checks in for ASU, and out comes number 8 Alonzo Gaffney.
Here's the thing that you hate about the single-digit numbers. 4-4 is actually 8 for Gaffney.
Right.
Even though Miller's on the floor.
I saw the same thing, partner.
Yes.
I was watching closely to see who picked up that foul. Here's Wheeler driving inside. Reverse layup. No, it falls off in a rebound. Down to Frankie Collins into the front court. They did give it to Gaffney. That's his second foul. Miller zips it over to Lands. Lands whistle and a walk, and another turnover for ASU. Gives the ball back to Washington, a 31-24 lead for the Huskies ahead of ASU. 3:44 to go in half number 1, and Washington with a 7-point lead and the basketball when we continue in a moment of the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Go from UW to the world with Alaska Airlines. Dogs can touch down in over 1,000 destinations worldwide, including incredible cities like Tokyo, Sydney, Tahiti, Paris, and so many more when you book international travel on alaskaairlines.com. Plus, you can earn and redeem miles for your adventures with Mileage Plan, the most generous loyalty program in the skies. Ready to go? Head to alaskaair.com and book now. Go Dogs, go international, and go with Alaska.
Go Huskies!
Two-handed rim rocker on the right side. 30-footer on the way. Oh, swish!
This is UW basketball from Learfield.
Now is the perfect time to sell your gold jewelry or coins for maximum cash. Gold is currently around $2,000 an ounce. And if you're looking for a trusted business with over 45 years of experience in the industry, come see Bellevue Rare Coins. With hundreds of 5-star reviews from satisfied customers, you can trust you'll get the best deal. Bring in your gold jewelry and old coins for a free evaluation. Take advantage of the surging gold prices. Bellevue Rare Coins in Bellevue, Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma. Online at BellevueRareCoins.com.
Brown Family Vineyards is a proud partner of University of Washington Athletics. Founded by Husky grad Andrew Brown, this family-owned winery is committed to world-class production with its roots in Walla Walla. With more than 180 critical scores of 90 points or higher, every decision made, from vineyard to the bottle, reflects a commitment to premium Washington State wine. Stop by our tasting room in Bellevue, Seattle, Tacoma, or Walla Walla, where good friends, good wine, and good times are always on the agenda.
Tonight's game brought to you by Fubo. You can watch every Pac-12 game live without cable with Fubo TV. It's time to spotlight today's best in the game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Huskies have jumped out to a 7-point lead, 31-24. What's the best part about how they've been able to do it?
Honestly, for me, the best part about this whole thing is their attitude coming into this game after that heartbreaking loss in the last one. I was concerned that they would come out extremely flat, but the energy has been tremendous from the tip.
Yeah, Washington, outside of a 1-0 deficit early, has led throughout. Here's Corin Johnson, drive and kick. Brooks, left point 3. Yes, sir. Keon Brooks rings up another. He's got 14 here in the first half. Dogs by 10.
Nothing better than come out of a timeout, run your set, and you score.
Thing of beauty. Here's Frankie Collins, deep left wing 3. Tries to answer, missed it. Weak side rebound, corralled by Keon. Give it up to Saw Wheeler, back over to Brooks, and a handoff goes Corin Johnson high on the left. Johnson starts down to the left wing, shoots the 3, it's short. And a rebound, Frankie Collins for ASU. Brings it up the right sideline, trots into the front court, nearly poked away from behind by Corin Johnson, passes out of it to Perez. Perez curling behind a screen, comes downhill, kicks to Frankie Collins, right wing, now drives in, shoots, missed it. Nice challenge at the rim by Braxton Mia. Collins slow to get up, it's 5-on-4. Wheeler, drive and kick, out of the corner, wide open. Corin Johnson rings up the 6th three-pointer of the first half for the Washington Huskies, and a timeout for Bobby Hurley, who is incensed that there was no foul call at the other end, and it started a 5-on-4 run out for the Dogs.
Perfect defense, and I'm not saying this as a guy that's trying to be biased to how that play transpired. You go straight up, hands in the air, you have that verticality, there's no foul. Just because somebody bounces off of you, you are entitled to that space. So Bobby Hurley wants the foul, I understand it, but great defense from Washington.
Yeah, no question about it. I felt like it was the exact same thing. Braxton Mia has not been really much of an impact at all on the offensive end. He's had a huge impact defensively in this game.
So you get both bigs. Wilhelm Breidenbach came in and had an unbelievable stretch. Knocked down a three, played really, really solid. But you see the difference maker that Braxton Mia can be around the rim, being a rim protector, shot blocker, a guy that's an agitator, forces you to have to play differently when you bring that ball in. And you're right, he's just a really solid last couple of minutes for Washington.
ASU brings the ball into the front court. Huskies have their biggest lead at 13. It's 37-24, an 8-0 run here for the Dogs. Frankie Collins between the circles, gives to Miller, bounce into the corner, wide open. Jemiah Neal for three, missed it long, and a long rebound falls to Corin Johnson for the Dogs. He'll trot across the timeline into the front court, finds Saul Wheeler, go right side. Brooks for three, missed it on the right wing. Ball tipped around and grabbed by ASU. That was a bit of a heat check for Keon Brooks. Neal shovels it over to Miller. Miller back to Neal. Angles in from the left. Poked away by Keon Brooks. Picked up by Saul Wheeler for the Huskies. 2:08 to go here in the first half. Dogs by 13. Looking for more. Corin Johnson. Skip pass goes to Mulcahy. Back out top to Corin Johnson, who sets up with 2 minutes left before the Toyota halftime show. Screen to his left from Braxton Mia. Floats it up for Mia. Got deflected on the alley-oop attempt. And a foul called against ASU. Is really going to upset this crowd. Jose Perez guilty of the personal alley-oop attempt from Corin Johnson to Braxton Mia was tipped and was imminently going to be a turnover, but Mia was fouled on his jump.
Well, Braxton Mia is up to jump to dunk when he gets pushed, so I'm not sure how that's not active shooting.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have a hand on it. Maybe that's why.
Bobby Hurley just screamed into his own hands. And he is in rare form on the ASU sideline. Wheeler drives, gets cut off at the right block, gives to Mulcahy, who was cutting down in through the lane, and an easy layup for Paul Mulcahy gives the Huskies a 15-point lead.
Yeah, great ball fake there from Paul Mulcahy. He faked it left and then was able to finish at the rim because he paused the defense.
Miller, left-handed dribble, gives to Perez at the left point. Perez wants to take Saul Wheeler off the dribble, floats it up, missed it, rebound. Braxton Mia for the Dogs. Here's Wheeler up the right sideline for the Huskies. Tries to speed into the front court. Challenges Perez. Whistled a jump ball called. And it's going to be Washington basketball. Now I saw Wheeler challenge Perez. I saw contact. I think you could have gone either way with that, but I didn't really see a held ball.
After all of what we saw down with Frankie Collins on this end, there was no way they were going to call that a foul. It was going to have to be, egregious.
Here's Brooks giving it to Johnson. Johnson behind the screen from Brooks. Now gives to Brooks, who drives right to the key. Going up with the right hand. Missed it. Tip dunk by Braxton Mia for the Huskies. And Washington is routing ASU. Up by 17 in the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, can you finish it out? 55 seconds, a couple of possessions here.
41-24. Frankie Collins chucks an early three in the shot clock. Missed it. Rebound Paul Mulcahy. Up the left sideline comes Corin Johnson. Johnson from the left wing. No look pass to Keon Brooks on the left baseline. Brooks spins, dumps it down to Mia against the double team, dunks over both of them. Braxton Mia pumps it home, and the Huskies on a 14-0 run are up 43-24.
Oh, what a play from Braxton Mia, just being physical.
Frankie Collins left side, 7-second difference, shot clock to game clock here. Miller retreats to center circle with 12, 11, 10 on the shot clock. Miller splits the double team at the top of the 2-3 zone. Missed the floater. Rebound, Braxton Mia. Huskies with 10 seconds left in the half. Corin Johnson up the right sideline with 6, 5, 4. Corin Johnson, little crossover move. Johnson fouled, throws it up at the rim. He's going to the free throw line with 1.2 on the clock. Huskies did not get into their set. The coaches were upset. It looked like the possession was lost, and Corin Johnson gets bailed out with a foul.
He absolutely did. I'm not sure if he thought there was 9 instead of 6 on the clock, but he was taking his sweet time to try to get into it. Able to get that pump foul, but certainly the execution there was lacking just a bit.
Corin Johnson 10 here in the first half. Keon Brooks has 14. And now Johnson to the line. Gosh, Corin Johnson and Keon Brooks have combined for as many points as ASU has total. And now Johnson shoots and hits the first of 2 free throws as the Huskies have taken a 20-point lead here on the road against ASU. Second shot up and good. They're up by 21. 1.2 seconds left in the half. Frankie Collins, 75 feet at the horn. No good. And for the second road game in a row, the Huskies go into the locker room with a lead of more than 20 points. Unbelievable. Dogs routing ASU 45-24 at the break.
Well, how about that stretch run? 16-0, 16-2, something like that. Arizona State goes absolutely cold, going one of their last 11, a scoring drought of 5 minutes and 10 seconds. And how many times have you and I talked about it? When a team is struggling, that is when you have to put the hammer down. And the Huskies, this time, were able to manage that.
The last 4:42 of the first half, they scored the final 16 points. If you remember last road game in Corvallis, they went into the locker room with a 20-point halftime lead. That was the largest of the Mike Hopkins era. Now it's 21 here at ASU. Dogs up 45-24. Max Gross coming up next with a check of the Toyota halftime show. We continue in a moment on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
While you're rooting for the Dogs, make sure your money is working for you. Home Street Bank is here to help you maximize your savings with our special CD offers. We have everything from a 3.5% APY 4-month featured CD to a 5% APY 7-month featured CD, plus other great rates. Head to homestreet.com/UWCD to check out all our rates and learn how you can start scoring with Home Street today. Again, that's homestreet.com/UWCD. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fubo is the official streaming platform of the University of Washington Huskies. With Fubo, you can watch every Pac-12 game, plus more college and pro sports, shows, movies, and news on over 350 live TV channels. Stream it live on your TV, phone, and other devices. No cable required. The best part? You can try Fubo free. There's no contract or commitment. To start watching, just go to FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
Tougher together.
What a pass! Are you kidding me?
This is Husky basketball from Learfield.
Here's what's happening at EQC this week. On Wednesdays, we're wishing you Happy Lunar New Year with our Leasey Hot Seats, a chance to win your share of $100,000. Don't miss our gift event Sundays and Mondays when we're giving away great mini appliances for your home. Then relax and make it a getaway with a fabulous stay at our hotel. You've got to be here for it. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 21 and over. Need gambling help? Visit emeraldqueen.com.
At Progressive, we love sports and saving you money, so we bundled them together.
It's 40 love here in the third set. And there's the bell. She's coming off the bench hot, looking for a quick knockdown. But wait, she's driving to the hoop. Oh, down goes the champ. Now that's another double fault. She'll be shooting too. The serve is up. And here comes the left hook. She's bundled her home and auto insurance with Progressive. Swish Ace Savings TKO.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Show on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield. Toyota, let's go places.
45-24. Washington on top of Arizona State down in Tempe. Max Gross back in the network studios in Seattle for the Toyota halftime show. We'll get to highlights in a second, but we'll pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is the Washington Sports Network from Learfield. Got off to a great start. Huskies trailed in this one 1-0. Other than that, led the entirety of this first half. The scoring got going early. Wilhelm Breidenbach ended his shooting slump. He hit this triple from the top of the key.
Bach left baseline. Give it back over to Breidenbach, who shoots a three. Got it. How about Wilhelm Breidenbach ringing up his 11th three-pointer of the season, and a big fist pump from Mike Hopkins helps the Huskies get a 15-7 lead.
That was part of an early 8-0 run for the Dogs. Scoring would go back and forth. Keon Brooks had 14 points in the first half, including this triple.
1-0 deficit early is led throughout. Here's Corin Johnson, drive and kick. Brooks, left point three. Yes, sir. Keon Brooks rings up another. He's got 14 here in the first half. Dogs by 10.
And that was the early parts of an incredible 16-0 run to end the half for the Dogs. Braxton Mia did some dirty work down low. He picked up a couple buckets late.
Here's Brooks giving it to Johnson. Johnson behind the screen from Brooks. Now gives to Brooks, who drives right to the key. Going up with the right hand. Missed it. Tip dunk by Braxton Mia for the Huskies. And Washington is routing ASU. Up by 17 in the final minute of the first half.
Huskies would add in two more buckets, 45-24. They would hold Arizona State 0 of 8 from the floor over the final 5 minutes. Biggest halftime lead all season for the Dogs. We'll take a check of scores around the pack and around the country when we come back on the Toyota halftime show. It's the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On Pac-12 Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/Pac-12 Sports.
Hey, it's Dr. Kopstein with K2 Vision RLE. We're thrilled to be supporting Husky Athletics. If you struggle with distance vision and also need reading glasses, refractive lens exchange can be your permanent solution. Plus, after RLE, you'll never develop a cataract.
There's no one more experienced than the K2 Vision RLE team. They've performed over 150,000 lens procedures, so see every great play by the Dogs with perfect clear vision. Schedule your free Zoom consult now at K2VisionRLE.com. Proud vision partner of UW Athletics.
Go Dogs.
Devoted. Number 6. Down the lane. Layup. Good and one.
This is Washington basketball from Learfield.
Hey Husky fans, get ready to see more Alaska wildlife and glaciers with Holland America, the official cruise line of UW Athletics. Celebrate Husky basketball with up to 40% off, free balcony upgrades, and more. Plus, kids sail free on select departures. Visit HollandAmerica.com or your travel advisor to book your cruise today. That's HollandAmerica.com. Go Huskies!
At Banner Bank, we're cheering for the Dogs just like you. We know it takes dedication and teamwork to achieve big goals in sports and in life. As one of Newsweek's most trustworthy companies in America, rest assured you'll find the banking solutions you need and people you can trust at Banner. Visit your local Banner Bank branch or find us at bannerbank.com. Banner Bank. Let's create tomorrow together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Max Gross back here in Seattle studios for the Toyota halftime show. Dogs lead at 45-24 at the break. Light day in the top 25. Number 3 Purdue gets a 96-68 win over Rutgers. Zach Edey 25 points in that one. Also a pretty light slate in the Pac-12. About to tip off in Berkeley between Oregon State and Cal. Beavers winless in the month of February. Cal has won 10 of the last 12 at home against Oregon State. 2 8 o'clock games. Oregon is at Stanford. Home teams won the last 4 in that series. And the game of the night in college basketball, number 21 Washington State at 4th-ranked Arizona, 8 o'clock tip-off. First meeting between AP Top 25 ranked Pac-12 teams this season. Dogs up by 21 at the break. More coming up. It's the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Fubo is the official streaming platform of the University of Washington Huskies. With Fubo, you can watch every Pac-12 game, plus more college and pro sports, shows, movies, and news on over 350 live TV channels. Stream it live on your TV, phone, and other devices. No cable required. The best part? You can try Fubo free. There's no contract or commitment. To start watching, just go to FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
Whoever said good things come to those who wait clearly never ordered in the McDonald's app. Just order ahead in the app, and you can pick up when you get here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Huskies fans, now you can win all season. On game day, get a 20-piece chicken McNuggets and 2 medium fries for just $10.99 when you order ahead on the app. Valid once per day through March 31st, 2024 at participating McDonald's. Must opt into rewards.
Your home for Husky hoops.
Right wing three, bullseye! And the Huskies have the lead back.
The Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the best-selling Camry. Now through March 4th, get 4.99 APR financing on any exciting new 2024 Camry, including all-wheel drive Camrys, or 5.99 APR financing on an electrified Camry hybrid. With approved credit through TFS, a dealer doc fee of up to $200 may be added. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Great first half here for Washington down in Tempe. 45-24, Washington on top of Arizona State. Biggest halftime lead all season for the Dogs. We'll get to a quick rundown of stats. Huskies shooting 46% from the field, 6 of 19 from 3. The defense is what's really stepped up, though. Arizona State just 29% from the floor. Sun Devils missed their last 8 attempts in the final 5 minutes as a part of that 16-0 Washington run. Dogs all over the glass, 26-16 out-rebounding Arizona State, including 9-4 on the offensive glass. Also forced 7 turnovers against an Arizona State team typically takes pretty good care of the basketball. The 2 top scorers, Keon Brooks Jr. has 14, Corin Johnson with 12. Those 2 have combined for 26. Arizona State's whole team has 24. Dogs have limited Jemiah Neal, 5 points, 2 of 9 shooting. Frankie Collins, 2 points, 1 of 6 shooting. Huskies just need to keep it up on the defensive end. Coach Hop has worked in some of that 2-3 zone. We'll see if the Huskies can keep their momentum into the break and carry it into the second half. Tony Castricone and Jason Hamilton have the second half down in Tempe. After this, it's the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Washington Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hey Dog fans, be sure to stock up on your favorite Husky Hoop watching items at Husky Hoop Central inside of QFC locations across Puget Sound. Whether heading to the arena or hosting at home, QFC has your favorite items ready to go. Look for the Husky Hoop Central signs to scan and win a prize pack, courtesy of QFC. Brought to you by Tutabella, Seattle's original authentic Neapolitan pizza. And by Coors, fresh brewed Coors Light, made to chill.
Tougher together.
Good move. He got it to go in a foul. How did he do it?
This is Husky basketball from Learfield.
Hey Husky fans, get ready to see more Alaska wildlife and glaciers with Holland America, the official cruise line of UW Athletics. Celebrate Husky basketball with up to 40% off, free balcony upgrades, and more. Plus, kids sail free on select departures. Visit hollandamerica.com or your travel advisor to book your cruise today. That's hollandamerica.com. Go Huskies!
Aw, shucks, the game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
Welcome back to Tempe. Huskies lead at the half, 45-24 over Arizona State, getting ready for the start of the second half. And Jason, you know, this is it's sometimes just strange the way that we find some of these games going for the Huskies to, you know, have kind of struggled on the road in conference play. And look, I mean, I know that Oregon State and Arizona State are not at the top of the Pac-12 standings, but for them to have played as well on the road as they have these last two games, leading at halftime by 20 at Oregon State last time they were on the road, and now up by 21 here at ASU, it really shows that, like, what this team is capable of when they can kind of take care of the things that have plagued them throughout the year.
Yeah, and they stacked possessions together, and that's one of the challenges they've had, you know, all season long is, you know, can you get stops and scores, and can you start stacking them together? And they did that to finish the first half on that, you know, 16-0 run. Now the challenge is, can you continue? Can you come out with the same energy here that got you this big lead and not allow Arizona State or the fans to get excited about something and make this a close game? You're up 21. Can you keep it, you know, plus 17, plus 16 the entire game and not let Arizona State have that one magical run?
You remember the first 5 minutes of the second half at Oregon State, the Beavers had a 9-0 run and got it right down to 11 right away, right? So you certainly like to, you know, try to hit the accelerator if you're Washington. Meanwhile, if you're Arizona State, kind of curious to see what this ASU team comes out like. I mean, they've had a disappointing year themselves. It's been a frustrating year for Bobby Hurley. They're not a very dynamic half-court offense, so if they can't get out in transition, which the Huskies have not let them do, they really struggle.
Yeah, it's going to be, you know, the test for Washington defensively, especially in the half court. Can you just maintain your composure, keep your keys, finish with rebounds? And it's all the little things. It's very much coming down to the little things. And I know there's a full 20 minutes of basketball to be played, but, you know, for this Washington team, be locked in and don't rest on your laurels from that first half.
Yeah, ASU, a pretty terrible rebounding team. They've only won the rebounding battle against an opponent twice since December. As the Huskies come out in the zone again, Dogs are plus 10 on the glass. Frankie Collins tries a teardrop floater. It's no good. Washington immediately gets a rebound. Braxton Mia, a strong board under the basket. Huskies get a stop on the first defensive possession. Wheeler cross court to Wood. Left wing three. Missed it. Man, halfway down for Moses Wood and rebound ASU. Dogs up 45-24.
But wide open, Tony. I mean, that's defensively Arizona State lacking right there.
Fires a pass on a backdoor cut. Fumbled by Gaffney. Has to regather on the right block. They're going to post up Phillips under the basket, who's pushed out by Braxton Mia. Missed a kind of a lazy hook shot and a rebound Washington. Wheeler trots up the right sideline into the front court for the Huskies. Wheeler floats it up to Mia, who catches in traffic, surrounded by 3 or 4 Sun Devils, now bodied up, a whistle. And I believe this has to be, they're calling the jump ball. Wow, that was, okay. Braxton Mia got bulldozed off his spot, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrows with the Huskies.
I'd love to see the replay on that. I mean, just a lot of physicality down low.
Mia grabs it. All right, they're going to say Jemiah Neal tied him up. So Paul Mulcahy slaps the ball, looks for a teammate, gets it in the corner for Wheeler. 16 on the shot clock as Wheeler dribbles to the free throw line, into the paint, bounce for Mulcahy, back to Wheeler on the left wing with 10 on the shot clock. Wheeler right-handed dribble coming off a screen from Mia, steps into a three, and toilet rings around and goes through. Saw Wheeler hits a long three-pointer, and the Huskies are doubling up ASU 48-24.
Saw Wheeler 25% from three and has struggled of late, but that one was a big one.
They went 5 for 5 in the first meeting against ASU. Likes playing the Sun Devils, apparently. Here's Gaffney giving it up to Frankie Collins. Collins spins into the paint, lost his footing, shovels it, intercepted by Mulcahy, pumps it ahead to Wheeler, fouled and held in the... Well, they're going to call a flagrant as Paul Mulcahy saw Wheeler on an outlet. He threw it a good 40 feet down the floor, and they're going to call a flagrant intentional foul. It's going to put Saul Wheeler at the free throw line, and Bobby Hurley is so upset at his team that he is subbing out everybody as Wheeler hits a free throw, and he'll try one more before the Huskies get it back.
Well, I don't necessarily blame him. I mean, that was a lazy play by Gaffney. It was a run-out situation that he just sort of did the NBA breakaway, let me just grab you. But the effort right now for Arizona State to finish the first half and how they come out, it's not great.
Bobby Hurley Jr. comes into the ball game, and he will defend Paul Mulcahy on the inbounds pass. Also going to see Braylon Green check into the ball game. Green had not played yet today. He's out there with Celebungay, Lands, and Perez. Kick into the corner. Wood for three. Missed it. Weak side rebound grab by Bobby Hurley. And the crowd responds. Hurley playing just his 6th game of the season, wearing his dad's number 11. Passes it over to Perez. Perez with the ball, driving inside, whistle and a foul on the drive. Should have been a held ball. Looked like Washington had good defense getting their hands on the basketball, but they'll call the foul on Xavier Wheeler. Okay, so this feels like the final minute of a blowout. There's still 18 minutes left on the clock.
Yes.
This is strange.
It is, but as we talked about, Bobby Hurley trying to send a message to his team that today, if my starters aren't going to compete, I'm going to put some guys in there that are at least going to be out there playing hard.
Green with the ball out top, bumps into Wheeler, tries to bounce for Celebungay and does. Now give it to Perez, left wing three. It's short, rebound fought for, and won by ASU. Green gets it to Celebungay, hits the reverse layup plus the foul. And it looked like Braxton Mia had that rebound, but it got knocked loose by Green, who got the second chance points for ASU.
So, when I mentioned you just can't allow the Arizona State crowd to get back in, you can't allow a run. Well, when you clear the bench and you bring in a five that probably has never played together unless it's been a blowout, and you get an and one situation, you get a bucket, the crowd starts to react to that. Now, I don't know if they can sustain it, but this is the kind of thing that you don't want to see.
Celebungay, 45% free throw shooter, hits it to finish the three-point play. 17:42 on the second half clock. Huskies up 49-27. Wheeler splits a double team, drive and kick. Moses Wood drives the left baseline, throws it out top to Brooks. Brooks already 14 points tonight as he gives to Mia, gets it back, shoots a jumper right of the key, missed it. Rebound Celebungay, taps it out to Perez. Perez 1-on-2 into the front court. Shot blocked from behind by Keon Brooks off the glass. Knocks it over to Wood, and now a foul on the breakaway. Saul Wheeler got bumped up the floor by Braylon Green, who commits the personal for ASU.
What a recovery there from Keon Brooks defensively to swat that ball away. It looked like Perez had enough juice to get all the way to the rim, but Keon Brooks timed that thing well.
Let's see Bobby Hurley check out of the ball game, and now Adam Miller back in for ASU. The other four stay on the floor for the Sun Devils. The Huskies up by 22. Wheeler drives right to the key, pirouettes, fade away, jumper off the pivot, air ball, and the rebound saved inbounds by Braylon Green for ASU. Here's Miller up the left sideline, and now we'll see Corin Johnson go to the scorer's table. Give it up to Perez, back over to Miller. We find Perez high on the right. Huskies going zone here on this possession. They've switched on and off between zone and man all day. Perez shoots a three from the left point, missed it. Easy rebound for Keon Brooks. Gets it ahead to Mulcahy up the left sideline, dribbling head up into the front court. Mulcahy, black headband, purple jersey, push it over right side to Brooks, feeds the post, lazy pass intercepted away by Celebungay. Get it to Lands, Lands shovels it to Perez, shot blocked off the glass. They're going to get a goaltend against Keon Brooks and 2 more points for ASU.
again, a 20-point lead, but you don't love the body language. You don't love the momentum. You don't love this last couple of possessions for Washington. Had some good quality looks. Just the energy level is a lot lower.
Yeah, Wood is the one who checks out of the ball game for Corin Johnson. So the Huskies going small here with Wheeler, Johnson, and Mulcahy. Wheeler up the floor, sets things up from the left point. Screen to his right, offered by Mia. Wheeler goes the other way, passes into the corner. Miscommunication. He threw an errant pass that could not get to Mulcahy. And now we'll see Anthony Holland sub into the ball game for Saw Wheeler.
Yeah, we need to see some leadership on the floor right now. You gotta bring your team together, the guys on the floor, and say, hey, we're ready to restart this thing.
Dogs up by 20, 49-29. Sloppy last couple possessions and haven't scored in over 2 minutes. Here's Perez with the ball, drives on Anthony Holland, pivots, kicks to Lands right point three, hits it. He's down to 17, 49-32. Paul Mulcahy, nice behind the back dribble to blow by Perez and get up the right sideline for the Huskies. Breaks through that little bit of pressure, and now Perez tries to press up on Mulcahy at center circle. Mulcahy setting things up as the Huskies go 1-4 low here. Now they'll bring a screen from Braxton Mia. Everybody's standing around. 8 on the shot clock. Lob it inside. Caught by Mia in traffic. Deals with a double team, whistle, and a walk. Braxton Mia with a travel.
As good as the last stretch of basketball was in the first half for Washington, as bad as it's been in the first 4 minutes plus to start this second half.
15:38 to go in the second half. Huskies lead ASU 49-32. Timeout on the floor. 8-0 run for the Sun Devils. And we'll continue in a moment on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the best-selling RAV4. Now through March 4th, get 4.99 APR financing on any adventurous new 2024 RAV4, or 5.99 APR financing on an electrified RAV4 hybrid. With approved credit through TFS, excludes RAV4 Prime. A dealer doc fee of up to $200 may be added. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Fubo is the official streaming platform of the University of Washington Huskies. With Fubo, you can watch every Pac-12 game, plus more college and pro sports, shows, movies, and news on over 350 live TV channels. Stream it live on your TV, phone, and other devices. No cable required. The best part? You can try Fubo free. There's no contract or commitment. To start watching, just go to FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
Hey dog fans, be sure to stock up on your favorite Husky Hoop watching items at Husky Hoop Central inside of QFC locations across Puget Sound. Whether heading to the arena or hosting at home, QFC has your favorite items ready to go. Look for the Husky Hoop Central signs to scan and win a prize pack, courtesy of QFC. Brought to you by Aquastar, where quality runs deep, and by Red Hook, the official craft beer partner of Husky Athletics.
Husky basketball is brought to you by Jana King, delivering commercial cleaning services that you can count on. From offices to arenas, get it clean with the pros at Jana King. What's the good news or the bad news? Good news is Dogs up by 17. Bad news is Arizona State on an 8-0 run.
And Washington with 3 turnovers already in this second half, totaling now 7. So they only had 4 in the first half. And all of 20 minutes and 3 in the first 4+ minutes. They're allowing Arizona State to get some momentum. And as you and I were talking off the air, Bobby Hurley just lit into his team during that break. He is trying to send a charge, through his group to say, all right, let's get that out of our system the way that we played. We actually gained some ground here with a weird collection of players on the floor. And now, can we get back to who we are?
He is just so intense. Just can't get over it. Just the way he screams at the officials, at his players. He looks like he's going to fall over. Like he just barely is standing up. It's a circus. Huskies go into a zone defense. Dogs on top by 17. Here's Adam Miller dribbling toward the top. It's Corin Johnson and Paul Mulcahy at the top of the zone for the Dogs. Kamari Lands passes out of it over to Braylon Green. Now find Perez on the left wing, defended by Mulcahy in the zone. Give it up left side to Miller. Bounces toward the top, knocked away, and into the hands of Mulcahy. He's fouled in the backcourt hard by Perez. And the Husky defense forces a turnover this time, and Washington does a great job of getting a stop.
Remember when I said offensively, when you come out of a timeout, you've drawn up a set and you score. Same thing can be said for getting a defensive stop.
Yeah.
When you come out of a timeout, you're locked in. That was very, very nice.
Here's Mulcahy setting things up for the Huskies' first offensive possession out of the timeout. Pass to Corin Johnson. And he gives it to Mia. Handoff back to Johnson. Johnson shares with Mia again. Goes up for the slam. Left of the rim. What a dime by Corin Johnson. And Braxton Mia with a strong finish has 6.
Well, that looked like that could have been an and one. A lot of contact in midair there, but Braxton Mia, just a fine finish.
51-32. Huskies ahead by 19. 14:46 to go here in this second half. Here's Perez with the ball left wing. Looks, and he's going to feed the post for Celebongue. Backing his way in against Braxton Mia. Now push it out. Miller, long two on the way. Rattles out. Weak side rebound, Anthony Holland for the Huskies. Up the left sideline, Corin Johnson into the front court. Zips a pass to Brooks. Brooks lost the ball. It goes off the rim. And it's picked up by ASU. Perez down the floor. Missed. Tipped up by Celebongue. Won't go. Rebound, Corin Johnson for the Huskies. All right, now the Huskies going to slow it up here and try to get a good shot. Corin Johnson, Huskies up by 19, dribbles into the corner, throws out top to Holland, give it to Brooks into the corner. 3 on the way from Mulcahy, and air ball caught on the weak side by Celebongue. ASU with a rebound. Miller walks up the floor for ASU. Huskies up 51-32 with 13:57 to go. Here's Miller with the ball out top, giving it to Perez left side. Angles in, dishes, now into the corner. Wide open 3 on the way is good for number 0, Kamari Lands, his 21st 3 of the season.
Now you start to look at Washington offensively and you think, okay, we've got to get into a rhythm. You've had some good looks at it in the last couple of possessions, but lacking the scoring punch.
Braxton Mia with the ball out top, hands off for Corin Johnson behind the screen from Mia, floats it up, a little bit strong, online from Corin Johnson, but no good. Rebound Miller, gets it to Lands, who pulls up for 3 and hits another. Kamari Lands, just a 28% three-point shooter. He's hit them back-to-back. They'll say it's a long 2.
Either way, they're going to go take a look at that at the break, but Washington now and Mike Hopkins saying we need to have a chat.
A 14-2 run for Arizona State over the last 4.5 minutes. And the Dogs, which led not that long ago by 25, have seen that lead almost cut in half. 51-38. Huskies by 13 at the moment. Timeout on the floor, and we'll take it as well on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Dog fans, it's Safi back here. Do you struggle with distance vision and now you need readers everywhere you go? Well, I got a game changer for you. K2 Vision RLE. It could be the biggest W of your life. Spend your active years not hassling with glasses, contacts, or readers permanently. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract ever. The team at K2 Vision RLE has performed over 100,000 procedures. Schedule your free Zoom consultation now at K2VisionRLE.com. K2 Vision RLE, proud vision partner of UW Athletics. Go Dogs.
Devoted. The dunk plus a foul. Swatted out of bounds. And a tomahawk with the right hand.
This is Washington basketball from Learfield.
UW Medicine is the only health system in Washington where a top-rated medical school and a research powerhouse are directly connected to improve your health. That means the doctors caring for you are the same people advancing medical research and teaching the next generation of outstanding physicians. From wellness checks to complex surgeries, we're committed to providing you with the best care every day. UW Medicine, a higher degree of healthcare.
Brown Family Vineyards is a proud partner of University of Washington Athletics. Founded by Husky grad Andrew Brown, this family-owned winery is committed to world-class production with its roots in Walla Walla. With more than 180 critical scores of 90 points or higher, every decision made, from vineyard to the bottle, reflects a commitment to premium Washington State wine. Stop by our tasting room in Bellevue, Seattle, Tacoma, or Walla Walla, where good friends, good wine, and good times are always on the agenda.
Husky athletes get the very best care at UW Medicine, the official healthcare partner of Husky Athletics, and the only health system in Washington that directly connects care with a top-rated medical school and a research powerhouse. UW Medicine, a higher degree of healthcare. Huskies led by 25. That lead has been trimmed to 13. A 14-2 run for ASU over the last 4.5 minutes has put this one in doubt. At least is making us think about it. 13-10 to go in the second half, 51-38.
Yeah, I mean, Washington's still clearly in control, but Arizona State has wrestled some momentum of late. Now, Washington coming out of this timeout with the basketball, super important to get a score.
Warren Johnson inbounds it to Xavier Wheeler, and the Huskies set things up from the top of the key. Wheeler between the circles. Left-handed dribble passes Warren Johnson back over to Wheeler. Now high on the right. With Moses Wood, back over to Wheeler. Find Wood on the right wing with 7 on the shot clock. Wood tries to spin past Frankie Collins. Shovels it in the corner. Anthony Holland answers with a 3. Holland's first points of the game, and the Huskies with a big answer to make it 54-38.
Yeah, you love that as Arizona State went zone in that possession, too, and tried to throw Washington off. They were patient, nearly running that thing all the way down, but got it done.
Huskies go zone as well. Here's Frankie Collins looking and finding Miller. Thinks about a deep 3. Instead passes out of it to Lands, who's been hot. Lands dishes, gives it to Phillips, who dunks over Braxton Mia.
Over rotation in that zone.
Moses Wood, corner 3 for the answer. Missed it. Weak side rebound, grabbed by Anthony Holland, and they'll reset with 20 on the shot clock. Nice job by Anthony Holland to get a big offensive rebound for the Dogs. Wheeler drives to his left under the basket. Bounce into the corner for Wood. Wood shovels it out top to Warren Johnson. Drives into the lane. Wrap around to Braxton Mia, who scoops it up over his head. He got it to go, plus the foul. Mia was deep under the basket, but a nice find by Warren Johnson. And Braxton Mia tosses it over top his head to kiss it in for 2.
Great vision. Great vision there from Warren Johnson. Spins in the lane, knows he's drawing the defense. The little up and under. And what an athletic move by the 7-footer Braxton Mia to finish with the harm.
That's your K2 perfect vision play of the game, a play that wouldn't have happened without perfect vision. You can see all the great plays by the Dogs with perfect clear vision as well, courtesy of our friends at K2 Vision RLE. Schedule your free consult, K2VisionRLE.com. Braxton Mia misses the free throw, and ASU gets the rebound. Down the other end, Huskies ahead by 16. And playing zone defense once more as another 3 on the way, launched by ASU's Frankie Collins. Missed it. Ball tipped all the way beyond the 3-point arc. Still fighting for it. It's still loose on the ground. Diving on the floor. ASU able to hug the basketball and call a timeout. Phillips was the one who was able to get it, and nobody got on the floor for the Huskies.
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't a foul. A lot of contact when Braxton Mia first grabbed that ball. You know, Tony bumped off his spot a couple of different times, but you're right. You've got to get on the ground, especially in a road game when you need that possession.
11:39 to go in the ball game. Huskies up by 16, 56-40 over ASU. Sun Devils have the ball when we continue in a moment on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Go from UW to the world with Alaska Airlines. Dogs can touch down in over 1,000 destinations worldwide, including incredible cities like Tokyo, Sydney, Tahiti, Paris, and so many more when you book international travel on alaskaairlines.com. Plus, you can earn and redeem miles for your adventures with Mileage Plan, the most generous loyalty program in the skies. Ready to go? Head to alaskaair.com and book now. Go Dogs, go international, and go with Alaska.
While you're rooting for the Dogs, make sure your money is working for you. Home Street Bank is here to help you maximize your savings with our special CD offers. We have everything from a 3.5% APY 4-month featured CD to a 5% APY 7-month featured CD, plus other great rates. Head to homestreet.com/UWCD to check out all our rates and learn how you can start scoring with Home Street today. Again, that's homestreet.com/UWCD. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Washington Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Huskies lead by 16, 56-40 here at Arizona State. It's been a really fun game so far. The Huskies have almost led wire to wire outside of ASU's early 1-0 lead. And yet it's gotten a lot bigger than this. The Huskies led by 25 early in the second half. ASU 14-2 run, got it down to 13. Huskies have responded nicely with a few hustle plays. Now they'll be on defense with 19 on the shot clock.
Well, it's going to be a fight to the finish. I mean, as much as we thought Washington might walk away with this thing based on the way the first half went, Arizona State has responded now with a little fight themselves. So, let's strap in. 11:39 to go and see, where this game takes us.
Today's game brought to you by FUBO, the official streaming platform of the Pac-12 Conference. So ASU with the basketball. Huskies are going man-to-man here on this possession. Bounce goes for Perez, right of the key, squares up on Anthony Holland, puts the ball on the jack with the left hand, spin move to the right block, zips it out to Miller, left wing three, short, long rebound, grabbed by Corin Johnson, guns it ahead to Moses Wood, 1-on-2, layup off the glass, blocked, offensive rebound, Breidenbach, and no goaltend called, and a whistle, and they're going to call a tech on Coach Hop as the whole bench erupted after what should have been a defensive goaltend against Arizona State. And now, not only did they miss the call, but a technical will compound it against the Huskies.
I've never seen anything like that. He's literally grabbing onto the rim when the ball's in play. There's no way that that's not a technical foul on Arizona State. And then you respond back by giving Coach Hop a tech where he's fully in his right to do that. That is unreal. Unbelievable.
And so 2 free throws coming for Adam Miller, an 83% free throw shooter with 11:14 on the clock, and the Sun Devils presumably will get the ball after this as well as they try to cut into a 16-point deficit. They do by making the first of 2. Miller will have one more. Transfer from LSU. Well, Dogs got to flush that and just move on. That is a really tough break for Washington. And Miller about to shoot a second free throw. Up. Good. 56-42.
I mean, that's an egregious miss for 3 officials. Egregious. Wow. But like you said, you've got to move on. I mean, it's one of those deals where now it's important to get a stop here.
ASU inbounds the basketball as we return to live action. 11:10 to go in the ball game. Adam Miller into the corner. Kamari Lance tries another 3. That one an air ball. Caught on the weak side by Xavier Wheeler, who breaks away, gets it to Corin Johnson. Left wing 3. Oh, he hit it. They're going to say it's a long 2. Completely out of rhythm. Corin Johnson, how'd you do it? That was phenomenal. Johnson's got 14, 58-42. And now a foul under the basket called against Washington. The Huskies get frustrated as Breidenbach picks up the personal on a layup attempt.
I thought that was really good defense there from Wilhelm Breidenbach. And you're right, going back to the Corin Johnson, shot a moment ago, leaning to one side, didn't really have his feet underneath him, but squared up enough to get that ball to go down.
I said long, too. When I saw the replay quickly, I thought it was a 3. But they'll give the foul to Breidenbach here, and Perez will shoot a free throw. Misses the first of 2. There's Perez going up. Well, Breidenbach got all ball looking at the replay there.
Yes, indeed.
Second attempt coming here for Perez with the Huskies up by 16. Make it 15 after he hits the second free throw. Jemiah Neal into the ball game. Perez will come out. So ASU now has all its starters back on the floor for the first time since Bobby Hurley made the line change. Frustrated with the effort out of halftime. Here's Sal Wheeler bouncing it ahead to Corin Johnson. Drives the baseline, floater up. No good. Whistle and a foul called against... They're going to give it Adam Miller the personal.
Definitely the body right there. But I love the fact that Sal Wheeler, with the pressure on him, had the larger gaff, and he just said, you know what, I don't need anybody to stick here with me. I'm just going to blow by you. That put Arizona State on the defense, and Corin Johnson catches that thing and attacks the rim.
Corin Johnson at the stripe, shoots short. Johnson, solid free throw shooter at 72% this year. He's been 82% on the road. Now he'll try a second. Concentrates, adjusts, hits. Huskies up by 16, 59-43. Johnson with 15 points to lead the way for the Huskies tonight. 14 for Keon Brooks, 8 for Braxton Mia. Here's Jemiah Neal dribbling over to the right elbow. Tough fadeaway jumper for a long two. And that pulls ASU within 14. Wheeler's got to get the ball in. He does to Brooks. Brooks surveying the defense, which is pressing up, and now they'll get it to Wheeler. Wheeler's got to get across the timeline with 2 seconds to spare. He does. Behind the back dribble, shakes Gaffney out, drives down to the left baseline, and now pulls it out for Johnson. 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Huskies ahead by 14 as Wheeler in the left corner with 7 on the shot clock. 6 from the left wing. Wheeler drive and kick. Breidenbach, corner 3. Short. Rebound grabbed by Frankie Collins for ASU. Collins dribbling head up across the timeline, gives up to Miller. Pump fake on a deep 3. Oh, that's got to be an offensive foul. They call a block on Corin Johnson. That was Miller absolutely with the left arm, extending it and shoving Corin Johnson to the ground.
Generally speaking, you and I talk about this all the time. Anytime the offensive player extends their arm in a bang-bang situation, they call an offensive foul. But not this time.
Collins looks and gives it to Gaffney. Now handoff goes for Miller. Give it to Neal, and they'll run the weave over to Collins. Collins has it high on the left, coming off a screen from Phillips. Drives, layup, good, off the glass with a finger roll. Gets the Sun Devils as close as they've been here in the second half. It's down to 12. 59-47 with 9:23 to go. Corin Johnson ahead to Saul Wheeler. Wheeler watching his backside to make sure nobody pokes it loose. Defended by Jemiah Neal. Wheeler runs into a double team in the left corner. Wheeler looking for a teammate, finds Corin Johnson. Between the circles, Johnson drives to his right. Crossover against Miller. Lost it. Fumbled. Loose. Picked up by Frankie Collins. Collins push ahead to Neal. 2-on-2. Collins. Dipsy-do. Layup good. It's down to 10. Timeout Mike Hopkins. 8:55 to go in the ball game. Washington 59. ASU 49. And the Huskies down to their final timeout.
You never want to go back to plays that happened moments ago, but that lack of goaltending call, the technical foul, looms large in a situation like this, and then you hope that you can just rebound from that. Still up 10, a lot of momentum on Arizona State's side, but this is where Washington's got to use that experience that they have on that roster to fight through it, because now the crowd is back into it. This is what I was talking about when we started the second half. You did not want to allow Arizona State to get those momentum plays, Tony. Well, we're here now. Yeah. 8:55 to go.
Download the Go Huskies mobile app powered by WaFd Bank to access mobile ticketing on there. You can also get audio streaming, all team access, score schedules, breaking news, and much more. Washington is led by as many as 25 in this game. It is 49-24, and ASU with a couple of runs has gotten within 10 at 59-49. But that steal by Frankie Collins that just occurred ties a new school record for most steals in a season by a Sun Devil. Collins leads the Pac-12 and is top 5 in the nation in steals. And now the Huskies deal with some backcourt pressure, but they're able to break it. Saul Wheeler floats it up. Keon Brooks throws it down. Elevates right to the rim and dunks it home to push the Husky lead back up to 12.
Well, once Washington has come out of timeouts, they've done a nice job of being able to score. They broke the pressure there, the lob over the top.
61-49. Huskies ahead by a dozen. Frankie Collins plows over Corin Johnson. No foul call. Dishes to Phillips. Up with the left hand. Missed it. Ball tipped around. Loose. And into the red basket of Breidenbach, who now tries to get away from a double team and shovels it over to Mulcahy. Now Wheeler up the left sideline for the Huskies. Into the front court. Whistle. Moving screen against Breidenbach. I think it was accidental, and that's why he's frustrated.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Breidenbach slows down, and that creates the moving screen. A little cat and mouse, and Breidenbach thought he was going to be able to get away with that one. I don't think it was intentional, like you said, but certainly the right call.
Now ASU gets it back with a margin of a dozen. Huskies out shooting ASU 44% to 35%. ASU getting more attempts at the free throw line, 10-13, and on a bit of a spurt here. Miller left wing 3. Rattles out. That would have got it down to 9. House might have come down. Wheeler across center court stripe, gets to the free throw line, hangs in the air, dishes right side to Corin Johnson. Back over to Wheeler, right wing 3. Oh, missed it off the heel and a rebound. Jemiah Neal on the weak side for ASU. Neal flies into the front court, pulls up for a three, missed it, tipped around. Perez gets it under the basket, kissed it off the glass for two, and ASU's got it down to 10 again, 61-51.
I would love to see Anthony Holland as a guy that can be an in-between, a defender or rebounder, somebody that can shoot the three, have some time in this game, especially during this stretch.
Mulcahy from the fork here at ASU. Purple-clad Dogs into the front court. Gives it up to Brooks out top. Shoots a three. Brooks missed the three and a rebound. Comes down to ASU. Brooks only 2 points after halftime here. Neal with 7 minutes and 7 seconds left in the ballgame. Passes to Miller. Cross court to Frankie Collins. Shoots a three. Hits it. It's down to 7. 61-54. Dogs get it inbounds. And now need to get it across the timeline. 2-1. Mulcahy barely across. Brooks into the corner. Grabbed by Corin Johnson. Drives the baseline. Push it back out to Mulcahy. Whistle and a foul called against ASU away from the ball.
They're going to get Miller for grabbing onto Braxton Nia.
61-54. Huskies ahead by 7. 6:44 to play. Timeout on the floor will continue in a moment on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Fubo is the official streaming platform of the University of Washington Huskies. With Fubo, you can watch every Pac-12 game, plus more college and pro sports, shows, movies, and news on over 350 live TV channels. Stream it live on your TV, phone, and other devices. No cable required. The best part? You can try Fubo free. There's no contract or commitment. To start watching, just go to FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
Your home for Husky hoops.
For three. With 40 seconds left.
The Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Husky fans, get ready to see more Alaska wildlife and glaciers with Holland America, the official cruise line of UW Athletics. Celebrate Husky basketball with up to 40% off, free balcony upgrades, and more. Plus, kids sail free on select departures. Visit hollandamerica.com or your travel advisor to book your cruise today. That's hollandamerica.com. Go Huskies!
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Led by 25 early in this second half. There's still 6:44 to play, and you wouldn't be able to tell if you just walked into the arena right now and looked up at the scoreboard. Huskies are up. ASU has the momentum. 61-54. Dogs ahead by 7 with still plenty of time left in this ball game. How do the Huskies recapture the momentum here, Jason?
Well, they've got to be a little bit smarter on their possessions. I think they're taking very, very quick shots. Arizona State's forcing them into taking quick shots by scrambling defensively, pressuring up, and forcing Washington to take an early one. You look at their second half, shooting 6 of 18 from the floor. Tony, just 33%, 2 of 9 from 3. So the challenge has been not being able to put the ball in the hole after shooting a much better 46% in that first half. But you've got to be patient. Don't allow Arizona State to speed you up.
Paul Mulcahy slaps the ball baseline out of bounds left, looks for a teammate, finds Keon Brooks. Gives back to Mulcahy. Baseline jumper. Long two is good from 16 feet. Paul Mulcahy with a badly needed bucket for the Dogs.
Yeah, super important there to run that set. Nice job to do it on that baseline out of bounds.
Here's Neal. Giving it up to Collins. Working around the perimeter. Collins finds Perez. Now into the corner. Miller drives the baseline. Closed off by a double team. Zips it out top. Huskies going zone here with 7 on the shot clock. Collins looks and finds Perez. 5 to shoot. Back to Collins. Collins crossover. Sidestep. Shoots a deep 3. Short. Off the hands of Corin Johnson. Grabbed by Mulcahy for the Dogs. Nice stop.
Yeah, nice way to corral that rebound. That thing was ping-ponging around and Washington able to grab it.
Huskies up by 9. Keon Brooks has the ball on the left wing. Dribbles up toward the top and now finds Mulcahy left side. Mulcahy dribbles into the corner, tries to back his way in with 10 on the shot clock on Miller. All the way deep down into the paint, runs into a double team, kissed it off the glass for 2. Paul Mulcahy, massive back-to-back buckets.
Might have got away with a little slide there on the foot, but hey, not calling it. Nice job from Paul Mulcahy using that body, that strength.
65-54. He only averages about 6 points per game. Here's Gaffney with the ball right side. Cross court over to Perez. Out top Collins. Down to the corner to Miller. Miller finds Collins with 10 on the shot clock. Collins points for a screen from Jemiah Neal. Now he gets it. Dishes for Miller. Right wing 3. Got it. Big 3 for Arizona State. Gets it down to 8 again.
7 makes now in this game for Arizona State. The 3 ball starting to heat up, especially in this second half. 5 of 13.
Whistle, blocking foul against Adam Miller under the basket away from the ball. Braxton Mia was trying to post up. I think Huskies may be fortunate to get away with that one. This crew has been a little charge averse today. Seems like every call that's been worthy of maybe Rex Chapman's Twitter account, they've all been blocks, right?
Well, I like the call here, not because it went Washington's way, but because Miller was trying to bait that official into forcing, an offensive foul.
Free throw line, Braxton Mia 1-and-1, short, missed it, rebound Perez. And ASU gets their stop with a missed free throw from Braxton Mia. 65-57, Huskies ahead by 8. Perez with the ball left side, looks and finds Jemiah Neal. Right wing 3, off the heel, big strong rebound Braxton Mia. Whistle, and are they calling Gaffney jumped him up? Yeah, I think so. So jump ball or a foul. What do we got here?
It's a foul on Gaffney over the back, but you're going to have a situation where Braxton Mia is now 1-and-1 again. And, Tony, Braxton Mia has had stretches of being a good free throw shooter and stretches, like many big men in the country where they struggle from the free throw line. He's had some opportunities here tonight.
70% a year ago, 50% this year, but 50% means after missing the last one, he's due to make this one. Huskies up 65-57 at ASU, 4:48 left in the ball game. Shot puts it up, flicks the right wrist, missed it. 0 for 1, and the rebound, Arizona State. Perez drives against Wheeler, got away with a walk, throws it top of the key, intercepted Corin Johnson. Johnson staying low to the ground, playing keep away, and finds Sal Wheeler on the left sideline. Great job by the Huskies getting the stop. Wheeler trying to milk the clock, hands it off to Keon Brooks. Keon Brooks keeps that dribble alive and hands to Mulcahy. Now Wheeler between the rings. Screen from Mia. Now playing a 2-man game with Mia. Now step back, long, too short for Sal Wheeler. Rebound, Frankie Collins, ASU.
I think Sal Wheeler, it's tough for him to do off-the-dribble stuff. He's a guy that likes to get to the rim, and that's where his strength is.
Collins, deep 3, short, long rebound back out to Collins. Collins drives down to the left block, under the basket, guns it out to Lands on the right side. Zip it inside to Perez. Perez, a little up and under, missed the shot. And Braxton Mia goes tumbling to the ground. He is in pain on his front side after the putback goes up and in for 2 for Arizona State. Perez scratched that. Collins made the layup. It's a 6-point game, and Mia's slow to get up. Timeout on the floor. Mia is up, calling for a foul, wincing and making his way back to the bench. And we'll take the timeout as well with 3:50 left in the ball game. Huskies 65, Sun Devils 59 on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
At Banner Bank, we're cheering for the dogs just like you. We know it takes dedication and teamwork to achieve big goals in sports and in life. As one of Newsweek's most trustworthy companies in America, rest assured you'll find the banking solutions you need and people you can trust at Banner. Visit your local Banner Bank branch or find us at bannerbank.com. Banner Bank. Let's create tomorrow together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
While you're rooting for the Dogs, make sure your money is working for you. Home Street Bank is here to help you maximize your savings with our special CD offers. We have everything from a 3.5% APY 4-month featured CD to a 5% APY 7-month featured CD, plus other great rates. Head to homestreet.com/UWCD to check out all our rates and learn how you can start scoring with Home Street today. Again, that's homestreet.com/UWCD. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tyler Lockett with Brown Bear Car Wash. If your job's like mine, you know speed matters. That's why I have a Brown Bear Unlimited Wash Club membership. Brown Bear's car washes are fast, convenient, and my unlimited membership lets me wash as often as I like. Brown Bear Car Wash. It's where I know I'll always score great customer service and a clean car. Wash fast and wash green at Brown Bear Car Wash.
All right, time for the conclusion of what's been a wild game down in Tempe. Washington led by 25 early in the second half. They're up by 21 at the intermission. Arizona State has gotten it all the way down to 6. 3:50 to go. Washington 65, ASU 59. ASU's largest halftime comeback, their records only go back to 1989, is 17 points. So this would be their largest halftime comeback since at least then, and maybe their largest comeback in school history. That's what the Huskies are trying to prevent. This Husky team has played really well in stretches tonight, but now finds itself up against it with just 3:50 on the clock.
Yeah, and it's go time here. If you're Washington, you got to do the right things, Tony, that we talk about to win basketball games.
Paul Mulcahy with the ball in the backcourt, working against Frankie Collins, brings it across the timeline. He's out there with Wheeler, Johnson, Brooks, and Brian Bach, and it's a backcourt violation. The pressure came from ASU, and Mulcahy just got bumped into the backcourt.
Yeah, the pressure right there from Frankie Collins being physical with Paul Mulcahy should have got him sped up. And we talked about not allowing Arizona State to speed you up. And in that situation, that's a tough turnover coming out of the timeout.
Brian Bach out, Braxton Mia back in. So now the Huskies have to lock in defensively. A line in a zone, the 2-3, and they'll give it to Neal. Neal dishes Perez, layup good. It's a 4-point game, 65-61. Inbounds Mulcahy. Mulcahy up the right sideline with 3:20 to go. Bumped by Perez, no call. Mulcahy into the front court. Defended tightly by Perez as he sets up from high on the right. Mulcahy gives it up to Corin Johnson. Johnson has 15 tonight. Give it up to Keon Brooks. Just 2 points after halftime for Brooks. He had 14 in the first half. Dishes for Wheeler at the free throw line. Kick left side to Johnson. Give it Mulcahy out of the corner. Shoots and hits a 3. A big-time shot for Mulcahy. They'll call it a long 2. But Paul Mulcahy has hit some big buckets here in the second half.
One out of the timeout with the ball out of bounds, and then that one there.
Frankie Collins scratched out his Lands under the basket. He gets fouled by Keon Brooks on the layup attempt, and Lands is helped up. He'll go to the line with 2:44 to play, and the Huskies up 67-61.
I would love to see the replay on the Paul Mulcahy shot. He was right to our left in the corner of the Husky bench, blocking our view.
Well, they're not going to the monitor. They feel pretty clearly there was a 2. So Kamari Lands to the free throw line, shoots and hits. Keeps the Sun Devils squarely in this thing. 5-point margin of 2:44 to play.
Interesting substitution here. You're going really, really small now with Moses Wood in the ballgame, taking Braxton Mia out. So 3 forwards, 2 forwards and 3 guards for Washington.
Lance hits the free throw again. Sun Devils get it down to 4. We're going to see... Can Miller come into the ball game if he's not substituting for the shooter? Yeah, okay, he will. He'll come in for Lance. Huskies got to get it in. 2:44 left. They do to Corin Johnson. Give it back to Mulcahy. He gets it to Wheeler, and Wheeler will walk it across the maroon center court stripe, walks it across the fork, and the purple-clad Dogs set up their offense. Still ahead by 4. They were up by 25 not all that long ago. Wood Back over to Corin Johnson. 7 on the shot clock. 6. Corin Johnson posts up Keon Brooks. Splits a double team. Muscles it up. Whistle and a foul. With 2 on the shot clock, Keon Brooks, a nice, strong, physical move to go through a couple of Sun Devils and draw the contact to earn himself a trip to the free throw line.
Well, you never like to get it down to the wire necessarily in the shot clock, but again, good patience. You got the right player with the basketball, and Keon Brooks on the block, virtually one-on-one. Perez comes late to help, but certainly a foul on Neal.
First free throw attempts tonight for Keon Brooks. First one is up and good. Huskies have been a pedestrian 6 of 11 at the stripe tonight. Now Braxton Meal will check into the game for Moses Wood. And it looks like maybe the Huskies are going to try to go offense-defense. They'll have Mia in on the defensive end, and if they can get Moses Wood in for offensive purposes, they'll try that. Here's a second free throw from Keon Brooks, up and through for 2. So the Huskies with a 69-63 lead over the Sun Devils and 2:17 on the clock.
Yeah, Washington staying in the zone. I think maybe more than I would have expected based on the way Arizona State's been scoring the ball in the second half.
Collins to Neal. Neal needs a teammate. Finds Collins out top. Mid-post to Perez at the free throw line. Kick out to Miller for 3. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Perez finds a cutting Miller to the rim. Fouled by Braxton Mia.
Well, Braxton Mia is going to come in there for defensive reasons. That's a rebound that has to be cleared right there on a missed 3. And it's not just on Braxton, but he's the closest guy to it. As Washington was a bit of in scramble mode, but one-on-one there and the effort play from Perez is able to clear that ball for Arizona State and give him a second chance. And that's going to send Miller to the line, shooting 2.
Miller at the stripe, shoots and hits. So it's down to a 5-point game. There is no team in Division I which has come back from more than 24 points all season long to win. So if that trend is to continue, Huskies will get the win tonight. But they got a long way to go in these final 2 minutes. 69-64, Huskies up. They get 69-65. Dogs by 4 with 2 minutes left. Paul Mulcahy needs a teammate. A lot of pressure from ASU. 5-second call against Mulcahy, and they're being overridden by a timeout from Mike Hopkins, his final one. Wow.
Very possibly a gift.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Husky Basketball on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield. Well, this one is really gotten interesting. Huskies led by 25 shortly after halftime. It came out, I thought, played pretty well after halftime. They had the good energy, but Bobby Hurley just got up in every single member of his team's face. First, he cleared the bench for a good 4 minutes or so. Then at the next dead ball, timeout, got up, put his finger in every player's face on that bench, started screaming, got tomato red in the face, and challenged his team to come back. ASU has responded, and that 25-point Washington lead is down to 4 here with 2 minutes to go. Possession arrow is with ASU. Huskies up 69-65.
Yeah, that's part of coaching, right? What Bobby Hurley did to clear the bench, to bring in, some players that don't get a chance to play very often at the beginning of a half and send a message to his team, it certainly got them sparked. There's no doubt about it. The technical foul on Mike Hopkins certainly continued that momentum, but now up 4, you got to go through the Dogs.
Well, Sparky is more than Sparks at this moment, and the Huskies inbound the basketball and will bring it into the front court with under 2 minutes to play. Leading by 4, 69-65. Saul Wheeler gives it up to Corin Johnson from the 4. 1-4 low. They're going to have Keon Brooks come set a screen. Here he comes. Here's Brooks. Setting the screen for Johnson. Pass goes to Brooks with 7 on the shot clock. Brooks starts right, spins left into the lane, draws the foul on Jemiah Neal. And free throws coming for Keon Brooks, who has 18 tonight.
Yeah, that spin that he turns his back on, but that time he put the ball low. He's got that thing knocked away several times this year. Put it low So Neal had to come through his arm, and certainly a foul, but Keon Brooks putting the weight on his shoulders right now.
Yeah, big free throws coming up here for Keon Brooks. Releases, hits. A cool customer at the free throw line. Keon Brooks has 19. Huskies up by 5. 70-65. We'll see Moses Wood come out. Braxton Mia come in for the defensive possession. Second shot up and rattles out. No good. Rebound ASU. Alonzo Gaffney clears the board for the Sun Devils. Ahead to Jemiah Neal. 70-65. Huskies in a zone defense, leading by 5 with 1:25 to go. Mid-post Perez, kick right side to Collins, fade away 3. Hits it. They're giving him all 3. He was behind the line. The margin is at 2. 70-68. Inbound Corin Johnson. Here's Saw Wheeler with 1:12 to play. 1:10 on the clock. Between the leg dribble across the fork. Corin Johnson setting things up for the Huskies as ASU goes man-to-man. 1 minute left. Corin Johnson screen to his left from Brooks. Corin Johnson floats it up. Braxton Mia throws it down. Huskies ahead by 4. 72-68 as ASU comes up the floor with 50 seconds to go. Huskies go in zone again. Here's Perez out top. Perez runs straight down the lane. Layup. Swatted at by Braxton Mia. They're calling a foul.
Arizona State wanted a goaltender, but that ball was still well on its way up. Not even close.
44.6 on the clock. And Braxton Mia, again, very slow to get up as he's now helped to his feet by Corin Johnson. And a foul against Braxton Mia. Well, that was a floater that, let's see, on the replay here in the arena, they'll show that floater. Yeah, I mean, it's still on the rise.
Close.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. Braxton Mia limps back to the bench. Moses Wood will be in for the next possession. 44.6 on the clock. Possession arrow with the Sun Devils. Huskies up 72-68. A big missed free throw by Jose Perez. 73% free throw shooter, the second most prolific free throw shooter in the Pac-12 behind Keon Brooks.
You got a block out here, Tony.
Brooks on the right block, Moses Wood on the left. Second shot up from Perez, missed it. Ball loose, big rebound, Moses Wood for the Huskies. And they're giving them, they're saying he stepped on the end line?
I have no idea what they just called.
Is it an elbow or is it a baseline play? They're calling a foul on Moses Wood, an offensive foul.
Oh my goodness, now they're saying, was that a flop?
They're saying Moses Wood threw the elbow to clear out space. Moses Wood is asking for a flop. They're going to the monitor to see whether or not it's flagrant. And based on what I just saw on the monitor, there's a chance, Jason. I mean, like,
well,
oh my.
Here's the thing. Moses Wood is spinning. He has no idea where Perez is. Oh, that's nothing. That is an absolute flop. That is an absolute flop.
Here comes the elbow.
No, there comes the phantom elbow.
So the elbows are all the way tucked up against Moses Wood's body, right? The elbows almost don't leave his body.
Yeah.
His biceps are against his body as he's hugging the basketball. But as he's moving his torso from left to right to clear space, yeah, I mean, the elbow swings and misses.
Yeah, this is WWE right here. What are we talking about?
I think, giving Perez the benefit of the doubt, he's trying to get out of the way of an elbow, but that's WWE. That's a really good call. Moses Wood, he's got those elbows tight up against his body, and
well, if you look at it from the angle that they're showing on the television monitor, where it's from the left-hand side over Moses Wood's left shoulder, it looks like there could be contact. If you're looking at it from the baseline cam, you see there's 3 inches of pure space with no contact. It's not even close.
Yeah, there were camera angles that really made it look like Dolph Lundgren was beating the crap out of Sylvester Stallone, but it just didn't happen, right? So I think, let's see, we're going to the monitor here, and with 43.1 on the clock, a massive call is looming. Okay, so Perez had a big negative reaction
Oh my gosh, I think they're saying that he's made contact. I saw technical foul. I need to understand this.
So Perez had a big negative reaction when he heard the news. We have a cylinder foul on ASU.
Yeah, technical foul, the offensive foul is taken away. We have a cylinder foul on ASU and a technical foul for basically the flop. So Moses Wood will be shooting
one free throw.
They're showing 2 free throws. Official, at least on the far right of us, said 2 free throws.
Okay. Well, he should shoot 2 free throws for the foul that occurred, the 10th team foul against ASU, and a flop would be 1 technical free throw. So Moses...
Well, there wasn't a technical. They just called a cylinder foul. So
okay.
You take away the offensive foul, you give the cylinder foul.
Got it.
But Moses Wood misses the free throw there.
Missed the first one, yeah. Now he'll shoot a second. Washington 72, ASU 68. Second attempt on the way for Moses Wood. It's up and good.
All right, now you got to get yourself a stop. Washington up 5. Did they not change it in the arena? There we go.
73-68, 40 seconds left. Frankie Collins up the floor, gives it Jemiah Neal. Neal over to Collins, right wing 3. Hits it. 2-point game, 73-71. Huskies not up on Collins.
Yeah, Sal Wheeler, now that's 2 times where just a slow closeout with Frankie Collins. A guy that you know can shoot the 3, and it's not that sense of urgency to close out. You know, Arizona State playing perimeter basketball. He is 2-3 steps beyond the 3-point line, but you've got to come out with a hand up and try to, maybe force him off the line in that situation.
73-71, Washington leads Arizona State by 2. 33.8 seconds on the clock. Huskies will have the basketball. ASU is trying to work on what would be the largest comeback in Division I basketball this year. Huskies led by 25 early in the second half. Now it's down to 2. What do you want to see here on this possession? The Huskies have had a hard time breaking the press from ASU here late in the second half.
Well, remember this, a couple of things. Washington has no timeouts. The possession arrow favors Arizona State. You got to get the ball in. We saw a near 5-second call a moment ago. Yep. You got to get the ball in. When the ball comes in, understand Arizona State is coming to bring the double team. We always talk about this, Tony, especially when the arrow favors you. You want to try to tie it up, especially if you're going to be in a situation where, you might need a foul. They don't in this situation. It's a 4-second differential between shot and game clock. But they're going to try to create some havoc here and force Washington into a turnover.
Sal Wheeler, Paul Mulcahy, Keon Brooks, Moses Wood, and Corin Johnson, the 5 on the floor for the Huskies. Wheeler gets it into Brooks, trapped in the corner. Brooks needs help. It's stolen by Frankie Collins. Ball is loose and a whistle and a foul called against Keon Brooks.
Absolutely. Just got the ball stolen from him. Just took it right from him. Absolutely put it in his face and took it right from him. You got to be strong with the basketball. This is when we talk about winning plays and winning time. That is not a play that Keon Brooks can afford to just put the ball out in front of Frankie Collins like that.
Frankie Collins with 30.2 on the clock is going to have a chance to tie this game up. Shoots, missed the first free throw. A massive miss for a 58% free throw shooter in Frankie Collins. Second attempt up, short, ball tipped around, grabbed by Paul Mulcahy. Mulcahy with the rebound, passes to Moses Wood. Shot clock is dark. Huskies got to get it across the timeline. He gets it to Corin Johnson. Johnson's fouled by Gaffney with 21.7 on the clock.
Yeah, Corin Johnson's been to the line a couple of times here tonight. 3 of 4. And man, oh man, would these two be massive if he's able to knock these down.
Corin Johnson has had probably the back-to-back-to-back biggest games of his career, 30 against Stanford, and had that really nice performance Well, we got 5 on Gaffney, just fouled out of the ball game. Nice performance against Cal in the 2-point loss. And now tonight, Corin Johnson with 15 points and huge free throws here with 21.7 to go. Dogs up 2, shoots, hits. Corin Johnson at the free throw line connects, and the Huskies are up by 3. This would make it a 2-possession game.
Remember, no timeouts either way, so Arizona State's going.
It's up. It's no good. It's tipped around, and a rebound grabbed by Jemiah Neal. Over to Frankie Collins up the right sideline. Collins leans into a 3. Got fouled in the act by Paul Mulcahy.
You can't make it up. You literally cannot make that up. You're fouling a 3-point shooter up 3. Unreal.
I think they're going to go to the monitor to see whether or not it was a 3. Frankie Collins with the ball on the left side. It looks like it's probably a 3.
It's close.
And they are giving him 3 with 16.2 on the clock.
Doesn't change the fact that you just do not foul him in that situation.
No doubt.
If there's under 5 seconds on the clock, sure. 16.2, not a chance.
Collins hits the first. 74-72. 16.2 on the clock. Huskies ahead by 2, and it stays at 2 as Collins missed the second free throw. Huskies trying to hold on for dear life with 16.2 on the clock. Frankie Collins to shoot a third free throw. Huskies must box out. Keon Brooks low on the right, Moses Wood low on the left. Collins shoots, rattles it in. It's a 1-point game with 16.2 to go. Sal Wheeler runs the baseline, tries to find a teammate, gets it to Corin Johnson. Johnson trapped in the corner, fouled by Collins. 14.6 on the clock.
And Corin just was at the line. I know he missed that second one, but still, you know, if Keon Brooks isn't going to catch that, you want the rhythm guy, the guy that's been there.
It's a guy that's one of the best players the last 3 games. So Corin Johnson for these Huskies, who led by 25, score was 49-24. Now Johnson needs to hit both to push it back up to 3. 74-73. Shoots, missed it. Be the largest comeback for ASU since at least 1989. Corin Johnson at the line, spins the ball. Shoots, hits. Dogs up 2, 75-73. 14 seconds left. Frankie Collins up the right sideline for ASU. Brings it head of the circle, down the lane, to the rim. Layup good. We're tied with 6.9 on the clock. Inbounds, Keon Brooks. Keon into the front court with 4, with 3, shoots a 3-pointer, rattles out, tip back, Corin Johnson won't go. We're going to overtime, tied at 75. An utter collapse by the Huskies. Led by 25, and here we are. Going to OT. Got 5 minutes. Gotta reset.
This team has invented ways to allow teams to get back into ball games. The fact, like you said, that this thing is even at overtime is unreal. The ending right there just reminded me a lot of the Washington State game, where you're up 2 in that situation and there's no help side defense. It's a walk down the lane from Frankie Collins. No one comes to help at all. An easy layup. Yes, Washington had an opportunity going back the other way to score. A tough shot from Keon Brooks. But just a massive blow for Washington to get this thing to overtime.
No team in Division I basketball has come back to win a game after trailing by more than 24 this season. ASU trailed this game by 25 and has forced overtime. And now 5 minutes left on the clock. And now the Huskies are just going to have to want it. They're going to have to just find a way to, like, put all the emotion, because it's so easy to get lost in the emotions of why are we here? Why are we in this situation? And you got to just go out and execute here in these final 5 minutes. Got to go out and play. And and we'll see what the Huskies draw up. But, yeah, I mean, can't lose this game, Jason. 75-75, got 5 minutes, and you got a 5-minute game. You got to go win.
That's right. I mean, it's hard to keep saying, it's winning time because Washington's had the opportunity to do that. Free throws down the stretch in critical situations. Corin Johnson wasn't able to knock them all down. You give Arizona State life. You give them an opportunity to knock down threes. You don't switch. You stay in the zone too long. All those things. But you've got 5 minutes of basketball left in this one to try to go get a win.
Huskies 11 of 20 at the free throw line tonight. 55%. And so now we go to center circle and we jump it up with Braxton Mia opposite Sean Phillips Jr. And we'll see who gets the ball first. Scoring first in overtime gives you a massive advantage. Huskies will win the tip-off and they'll get the ball from our vantage point opposite a TV. They'll go from right to left. Saw Wheeler, screen to his left from Brooks. Brings it over to the left point. Now finds Keon Brooks out top. Jab step. Now Brooks drives inside. Triple team coverage. Shot blocked. Ball is loose. Brooks dives for it. Tries to save it in bound. And it's going to go out. Back to ASU.
Boy, that thing ricocheted off an ASU player's leg before Keon Brooks went to dive for it. He let that thing go out of bounds. I think that's Washington's ball. Trying to make that hustle play. I'm not sure Keon saw that thing get deflected. That thing likely was going Washington's way.
Yeah, I think you're right. Huskies line up in the zone defense. Perez with the ball left to the key. Turns and squares up. Lobs it for Phillips. Double teamed under the basket. Up with the left hand. Missed the shot. It rims out. Rebound Braxton Mia for the Huskies. Halfway down. Here's Wheeler across the floor for the purple-clad Dogs here in Tempe. Blown a 25-point lead, and now we're in overtime. 4 minutes left. Wheeler drives to the rim. Wraparound pass from Mia. Fumbles it. It's loose. He tries to rip it away, and he is able to pick up a foul against ASU. Frankie Collins, I think, is going to be called for. Yep.
I know Bobby Hurley doesn't like the call, but on the flip side, you've got Braxton Mia at the free throw line. Now, that's a foul out. That's really the biggest thing. Frankie Collins, the guy that brought you back with 3 big threes. But you got Braxton Mia 0 for 3 from the stripe today going to the line.
Frankie Collins finishes his night with 21 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and set the school record for most steals in a season at ASU as part of this game. And he goes to the bench bitterly. Kamari Lands comes in for him. First free throw from Braxton Mia is up and good. He'll try one more.
After I just got done saying Braxton Mia 0 for 3, that thing barely touched the twine.
There's a 2-shot foul. Here's the second one. It's short. Rebound ASU. Huskies up 76-75. Here's Kamari Lands. Lands finds Miller. Back over to Lands. Lands with the ball to left point against the zone defense. Finds Perez left elbow. Shows the ball. Now drives. Floats it up. It's good. First field goal of overtime goes to ASU. They take the lead for the first time since it was 1-0. It's 77-76.
That's amazing to even think about.
ASU has come back from 25 down. Wheeler gives it up into the corner. Driving. Keon Brooks muscles it up. No good. Rebound ASU. Jemiah Neal up the floor. Gives it up to Miller. Miller into the post, and a foul on Braxton Mia, his 4th. No, scratch that. Just a second on Mia.
Just a 2-hand shove in the back as the ball is being entered. Pretty easy call for the official. Now, Phillips isn't the best free throw shooter. He's got that knuckle curve that he throws up.
He's one of the worst.
Yeah.
50%. But things have gone the Sun Devils' way in more ways than one here down the stretch. 3:14 on the clock. Phillips shoots, and that slider goes through with nothing but net. What a strange rotation. Mia comes out of the ball game. Moses Wood back onto the floor. 78-76, Sun Devils by 2. Second shot, good. 3 3-point lead for the Sun Devils. Wheeler across the timeline. Defended by Miller. Wheeler screen to his left from Brooks. Now gives it to Keon. Keon drives down the lane. Draws a foul. And Keon Brooks to the line. Foul comes against number 9, Phillips.
Yeah, and Coach Hop was waiting for that call. I think everybody in the arena saw the body contact. But again, remember we talked about this early in the ballgame where the shot was missed, then the whistle blew. You just hate to see that. Call the foul when the foul occurs, not until after the shot is missed. It makes fans and everyone feel like it's a makeup.
Brooks has 19 tonight. He's at the line for 2. First one rattles through. So Keon Brooks with another 20-point game, the 37th of his career and the 20th this season. He'll shoot a second free throw. 2:54 to go in overtime. Shot up and good. And the Huskies are within 1. 79-78 ASU. Here in overtime number 1. 2:50 to go. Miller across the timeline. ASU without Frankie Collins for the rest of the game. Gaffney is fouled out as well. Kamari lands as the Huskies go man-to-man defense. Throw over to Perez, stolen by Mulcahy. He's going coast to coast, layup with the left hand, no. Tip back up and in by Moses Wood on the right side.
What a steal. Defensive play right there from Paul Mulcahy, coming at an unbelievable time for this Washington team.
Mulcahy making a case for player of the game, as he has come up in some clutch situations tonight for the Dogs, giving the Huskies the lead back with 2:20 to go. 80-79. Here's Shemaiah Neal, 12 on the shot clock, 11-10. Neal drives on Mulcahy. Neal to the rim, dunks it home. No help side defense again, with Braxton out of the game.
Yeah, once again, the help side defense is non-existent on dribble drives here late in this ballgame and now in overtime.
81-80 the score. Wheeler out top to Brooks, back over to Wheeler left side. Drives the left baseline, runs into a double team. Zip it out top. Corin Johnson, drive and kick. Mulcahy, right wing 3. Short. Rebound tipped around, out of bounds. It goes ASU's way.
They need to look at that.
Huskies are calling for it with 1:42 on the clock.
They need to look at that one. I thought that ball got ricocheted off.
It was very close. And the officials are asking for a review to the replay monitor. Scratch that. The coaches are.
So you have to take the timeout in order to get the review.
Huskies have just 1 remaining, so they're not going to use it. With 1:40 left, ASU has the ball. 81-80, Sun Devils lead. 1:30 on the clock. Here's Perez, high on the right, working his way in against Moses Wood. Spin move, flips it up, whistling a foul on Moses Wood. Wood picks up his first. Perez talked about it. Back to the line again. A prolific free throw shooter. And tonight, Perez, 4 for 8. He's 73% on the season, 4 for 8 tonight. He'll get 2 more.
Moses Wood wanted a hook on Perez. Wanted that call to go the other way. But I think that's a tough matchup for Moses either way. Yep. Perez with that big body is going to back you down.
Oh, Perez misses again. He's 4 for 9. Wow. 1:25 to go here in overtime, and Mulcahy's going to come out of the ball game. And Braxton Mia back in. Huskies going to go a little bit bigger here. Perez, second free throw. Good. Sun Devils by 2, 82-80.
The Arizona State backing off this time. No full court pressure, playing half court defense.
The Huskies going essentially with their starting lineup, except Johnson in for Mulcahy. Corin Johnson dribbles over to the left wing, shovels it to Wood at the left point. Wood hands off for Johnson with 10 on the shot clock, 1:06 to go. Wood drives the left baseline. Oh, what a reverse layup, hanging and gliding through the air. Moses Wood ties the game at 82. He left his feet left of the rim, glides underneath the bucket, and a tough reverse layup ties us up with a minute to play.
Sneaky athleticism right there for Moses Wood. Just long on the dribble, able to take that baseline and gave everybody the up and under on Arizona State.
1 minute left in overtime, 82-82 the score. And Jason, my goodness, I can't believe we're here after the Huskies led by 25. And ASU is now, played so well through this overtime period. What a play by Moses Wood. Just not giving up on it late in the shot clock to tie us up. Now the Huskies need a stop.
I think, Coach House, one of those guys, he's a momentum timeout kind of person, right? You get the big bucket, you tie to 82. He's wanting to use it in this situation to sort of get everybody settled down for the defensive stop that's coming up. Every coach is a little bit different. You'd love to have that in your back pocket if you needed to dial something up late, especially in an overtime situation. But, right now it's all about the effort you're going to put forth for the next 60 seconds.
Johnson, Brooks, Wheeler, Wood, and Mia are the five we expect on the floor here for the Huskies. Meanwhile, for ASU, they've already lost a couple of players fouling out of this game. Frankie Collins, 21 points. His night is done. And Alonzo Gaffney fouled out without scoring in 19 minutes. So 82-82 the score. Now Washington goes on defense. They've played so much zone in this, maybe more zone in this game than we've seen all season long. Maybe one of the top 2 or 3 games of zone that we've seen all year. And the Huskies look like they're going to go zone here to start this possession. ASU runs the weave out top. Huskies on line in the 2-3. Here's Miller driving, gets it to Perez on the right baseline with 45 seconds to go. Zip it out to Neal high on the right. Tied at 82. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Miller between the rings. Starts to his left. Miller drives to the rim, lays it up, off the glass, pops around, no good. Rebound Braxton Mia, and then he's fouled. Mia's going to go to the free throw line with 32.2 on the clock.
Yeah, nice job there defensively and good inside position there from Braxton Mia. But it all starts with the one-on-one defense. They started at zone, showed Arizona State that look, and then once the possession got lower in the shot clock, it's all about man-to-man. Sal Wheeler forces a tough shot there from Miller, and now it's about the big fella, Braxton Mia, trying to make some free throws.
Huskies 58% at the line tonight, 14 of 24. Mia's going to get 2 cracks at this as he bends the knee, puts the ball in the right palm, flips it up, and in. Big free throw. Huskies up by 1, 83-82 with 32 seconds left, and Mulcahy's going to check in for Saul Wheeler. Second attempt coming for Braxton Mia. It's up, it's through. He hit both. 84-82, Washington by 2. ASU rolls the ball inbounds. Here's Miller, and he's going to call ASU's only timeout remaining in the ballgame with 30.2 seconds remaining. Washington 84, Arizona State 82 here in overtime.
You had Braxton Mia knocking down 2 free throws on your bingo card
as the potential game winner.
Potential game winner. That would be something. But listen, there's going to be a lot to unpack no matter how this game finishes.
That's right.
But Washington is up 2 with 30 seconds to go in this ballgame. That is all that needs to be said at the moment.
Right.
At the moment, that is all that needs to be said.
Go get that win.
That's right.
Go get that win. Huskies 14-12 on the year, 6-9 in Pac-12 play. Had so many nail biters, close games, time and time again. The Huskies are 4-8 in games decided by 2 possessions or less, and trying to get out of here with a victory. Inbounds goes to Miller. Miller with that dribble at the top of the key, looks and gives it to Kamari Lands. 2-second difference between the shot and the game clock. ASU down by 2. Perez out top. Backing his way in against Mulcahy. Into the paint. Tries to spin. Now kicks to Lands in the corner. Lands with 8, 7, 6 on the shot clock. Lands drives inside. Up with the right hand. Bounces around. Falls off the rim. The ball gets tipped out of bounds. It should be Washington's with 2.4 to play. They're giving it to ASU?
No, they just immediately signaled review. There wasn't a Washington player, in my opinion, that was even around it to touch the ball.
I don't think they made an initial declaration. They're just going to the monitor for the review. Lance puts up the shot. No. Tipped, I think, out of bounds by Phillips. This should be Washington ball.
Absolutely.
With 2.4 on the clock. That's what it looks like on the monitor. And so Washington at 84, ASU 82. Again, let's get a different view at it. Phillips gets his fingertip on. Okay, well now Mulcahy. Oh, it might be off Mulcahy.
Yeah. Slow-mo from the baseline, Cam. Initially, the tip from Phillips looks like he's the one that forced it to go out of bounds.
And then Phillips and Mulcahy hit it simultaneously, and it might be pushed out last by Mulcahy.
Yeah.
I mean,
the question is, does the momentum for Mulcahy, is he the last fingertip to touch it? And that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, that's right. Both players had a fingertip on it at the same time. And who was the last fingertip to touch it? And so Jason's asking the official, what was the initial call?
Yeah, what was it? I think he said it was off blue was what he said. It was off blue. I wanted to make sure. So, if it's so difficult to tell, are we going jump ball in that situation? It's Arizona State's anyway, or are we clear? Is it clear enough to say it's a different result from what the call was on the floor?
Let's reset it for you. Washington 84, Arizona State 82, 2.4 seconds left in overtime. ASU put up a shot. They missed it. The ball got tipped out of bounds. It looks, from the replays that we've seen, it looks like it was knocked out simultaneously by both Washington and ASU. The possession arrow is with ASU if they do decide to go jump ball. But, man, wow. This game, Washington led by 25, completely blew the lead. We went to overtime. Arizona State took the lead in overtime. We've had many lead changes in overtime. And now Washington's ahead by 2 with 2.4 on the clock.
Well, the reason I asked the official what was the original call, again, going back to saying that, is because the angle that we're seeing, it is so close simultaneously offhand that do they say it's not anything to be able to overturn the original call, or they say, you know what, it looked like simultaneous push out of bounds, so we're going jump ball. But
it seems like it could be ASU ball here. Yeah. So they're taking forever at the monitor right now. And now we got assistant coaches consulting us, trying to say, like, who's it look like? What we really need is a ruling, and they're going to give it to ASU. Yeah.
All right. In this situation, though, Tony, what tends to happen is a 3 goes up.
Yep. For the win.
It's a kick out kind of a thing. And Braxton Mia back in this ball game trying to get big on the ball.
All right, 2.4 seconds to go. Huskies up by 2. Jemiah Neal to inbound it here in overtime. Looking for a teammate for ASU. ASU looking. Neal lobs it. Caught by Phillips. Pops it up. He missed the alley-oop. Rebound. Washington. The Huskies survive. ASU missed a point-blank alley-oop attempt. And Washington gets out of Tempe with an unbelievable win. Washington 84, Arizona State 82. The Huskies squander a 25-point lead, trail in overtime. We're on the precipice of having the largest blown lead in all of college basketball this year, and the Dogs find a way to survive. What a bonkers basketball game in Tempe, Arizona tonight. Do weird things happen in the desert when the Huskies come down to the desert? I think weird things happen in the desert. And the Huskies' final trip to the desert is fittingly weird. Washington 84, ASU 82 in overtime. Our post-game coverage is coming up next on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Dog fans, be sure to stock up on your favorite Husky Hoop watching items at Husky Hoop Central inside of QFC locations across Puget Sound. Whether heading to the arena or hosting at home, QFC has your favorite items ready to go. Look for the Husky Hoop Central signs to scan and win a prize pack, courtesy of QFC. Brought to you by Tutabella, Seattle's original authentic Neapolitan pizza. And by Coors, fresh brewed Coors Light, made to chill.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, including the family-size Highlander. Now through March 4th, get any new gas-powered 2024 Highlander with 4.99 APR financing, or up to $1,000 APR cash on the new Grand Highlander, depending on model. When financed with approved credit through TFS, a dealer doc fee of up to $200 may be added. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Washington basketball lives here.
There's the catch. There's the dunk. How about that assist from 70 feet?
This is UW basketball from Learfield.
Hey, it's Safi back here. Do you struggle with distance vision and now you need readers everywhere you go? Well, I got a game changer for you, K2 Vision RLE.
Hey, it's Dr. Kopstein with K2 Vision RLE. We're thrilled to be supporting Husky Athletics.
Spend your active years not hassling with glasses, contacts, or readers permanently.
Plus, after RLE, you'll never develop a cataract.
The team at K2 Vision RLE has performed over 100,000 procedures. Schedule your free Zoom consult now at K2VisionRLE.com. Proud vision partner of UW Athletics.
Go Dogs.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Washington Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This is the post-game show on the Washington Sports Network from Learfield. Let's head back to courtside. Here's Tony Castricone.
Final score in Tempe tonight, Washington 84, Arizona State 82 in overtime. The Huskies with the win improved to 7-9 in Pac-12 play, 15-12 overall on the season. Jason, if we could just leave it at that feels like a good post-game. Let's just say Huskies win 84-82 in overtime. Don't have to get into any details as to how we got there. It was just one of the most bizarre college basketball games I've ever seen. Huskies led by 25 points and completely blew the lead. ASU forces overtime. ASU takes the lead in overtime. And yet the Huskies, give them credit, I think one of the biggest plays of the game, Moses Wood, with the Huskies down 82-80. Moses Wood drives through traffic on the left baseline, leaves his feet left of the rim, hangs through the air under the basket, and hits a tough reverse layup while falling to the ground. That ties the game at 82, and then it sets the stage for Braxton Mia to come in and score the game-winning free throws. He struggled at the free throw line tonight. Mia goes 3 of 7 at the line, 1 for 5 before the final shots, makes the last 2 free throws as the game winners. And then Washington has not one but 2 defensive stands that ASU misses a couple of point-blank shots, including an alley-oop. And Washington gets out of here with a win, 84-82 in overtime. And it's really hard to get past all the emotional stuff, Jason, to analyze objectively what this game was. But let's just start by saying this. It's a weird win to feel excited about because you really hate the fact that a 25-point lead was blown. Yeah,
you give up 51 points in the second half defensively to allow Arizona State to even get it to overtime. But, you talked about some very crucial plays, late in that one that were massive. And you mentioned the Moses Wood reverse layup. I will also, raise you the Paul Mulcahy steal at half court. and finish as well. That was absolutely massive. But this thing was one of the most bizarre games I've ever seen in my life. And I don't mean that necessarily in a good way. I just mean it was one of the weirdest games front to back that we've ever seen. An unbelievable first half from Washington. Looked like they could not be stopped going to the half with a 21-point lead. But Tony, I will say this, and I said it the first couple of minutes of the second half, it just feels like Washington is in a dangerous situation because they couldn't do anything offensively, allowed Arizona State to hang around, and then they were in a dogfight. No pun intended, and that's exactly what happened. The momentum shifted over to Arizona State. Bobby Hurley made the adjustments that he needed to make, and boy, oh boy.
Up jumped the Devils.
That's exactly right.
I mean, it was frightening to see how ASU got back in this game, forcing overtime. But again, Washington survives 84-82. The Huskies get the win and now head down to Tucson to take on number 4 Arizona for an early game on Saturday. It'll tip off in front of a national audience at 11 a.m. From the McHale Center. But, I think it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. I mean, you get a glimpse all the time with this team of just how good they could be when things are going good, right? When things are going well. But then the way that just a little bit at a time, piece by piece, a 25-point lead gets dismantled and completely evaporates, just leaves you short of words, right?
Well, you started the show by saying, and this is no exaggeration, anybody that's followed this team will agree, Washington was 6-9 in Pac-12 play coming into the game and easily could be 9-6. Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't even take much at all of
a bucket.
That's games. Right. A defensive style, a bucket, whatever. And marginally in those razor thin losses could easily be 9-6. But what we saw today is also a microcosm of why they were 6-9 because they just weren't able to make enough plays, or they would collapse in weird situations that will allow teams to come back in and make it a game. And this thing should never have been a game. And so to be able to just fight your way through, make enough plays, you got to give the Huskies a lot of credit though, in a strange way, to be able to hang in there enough in that second half. And then in overtime to scrape away with a win.
All right, it's time for your Western Washington Toyota Dealers Player of the Game. Jason Hamilton, we got some different candidates. Keon Brooks leads the way with 21 points tonight. Corin Johnson continues his hot hand with 17. Paul Mulcahy had multiple massive plays in this game. And then Moses Wood hits the shot that, it ties the game when the Huskies were down by 2 in overtime. So you take a look at all that, which direction you want to go.
Yeah, I think this is a weird one because if it was just the first half, you'd say it's hands down Keon Brooks. He played 42 of the 45 minutes. He was on the floor a lot. But I mentioned big points. And so for that, and for those reasons, I feel like it's Shark Tank. For those reasons, I'm out. For those reasons, I would...
Western